Welcome to the channel and welcome to this 2000 point game of Warhammer Old World. It's Orcs and Goblin tribes versus Empire of Man. Today on the channel we are in the independent state of Averland, and the trade road between the walled cities of Funksig and Beisvang have had problems. The city of Beisvang is close to the foot of the Black Mountains, which are infested with Orc and Goblin tribes. Like everywhere else in the Empire, their roads are... The Empire itself is perilous to travel. All the cities and towns are walled and heavily guarded, and even the main roads between them are not safe. They have way stations and inns along the way, they're effectively fortified mini-cities or bastions in their own right, where trade caravans and travellers can shelter between towns and cities, safely behind their walls, safe in the dark, safe from the perils in the dark of the Empire at large. Smoke has been observed from one of these motorway services, which is basically what it is, walled motorway services. This is like the sixth take where I can't decide what to call them. What smoke has been observed from one of these walled service stations. And outriders have been sent to investigate the issue. They have observed hordes of greenskins crawling around the ruins. It has been sacked. It had... Oh, look! Sorry, hello! I've waved the camera to the right, but I'm not stopping now. I'll come back to you in a minute. Hordes of greenskins. Gosh, so professional. Hordes of greenskins have been observed crawling all over this settlement. That's good. This motorway settlement service station. And... Power through, Paul. Power through. And they've reported back, and an army has been mustered to clear the infestation out so that the service station can be restored. And you'll never guess who's joining me on the channel today. It's James from Clash of Dice. Say hi, James.
Hi, James from Clash of Dice.
He didn't follow instructions.
Hi, James.
Hey, that's better. Sorry, yes. So you've brought your greenskins again.
I have, yes.
Yes, and last time it was the first bat rep that certainly I filmed for Old World. It was your greenskins versus my Bretonians.
Yeah, and it was the second game of Old World that I played. This is now my fourth game of Old World. So, yeah, hopefully I've got slightly more the hang of it. But
Yeah, but this time you've specifically brought a Goblin army, haven't you? This isn't Orcs and Goblins, this is Goblins.
Yeah, the thing I learned from that first bat rep was that my mind definitely thinks more like a Goblin than an Orc. So I've leaned quite heavily into the Goblins.
Yeah, so you've got lots of little critters, fanatics, trolls, giants, and goblins are wolves and stuff.
Yeah. Lots of little green sneaky gits.
Yeah, who have currently set fire to this hamlet. Hamlet. Suggestions for decent names to what to call them. These will feature again in the comments if you please. Yes, so you've brought your Goblin tribes. I have been frantically reworking my my empire. Regular viewers of the channel will know that Wolf Corgi had a go with them a little while ago, and it's enthused me to get into them myself. So I've been painting some stuff, but I'll go through what my army is when we do my army. We're playing open battle, so it's line up, kill each other, take standards, kill generals, and just generally be violent to each other, not be awesome to one another, the opposite. Let's be really unawesome to each other. And I think we should take a look at the armies.
Yeah, good idea.
So here we have 2,000 points of Empire of Man. Now, I can explain what everything is, but I've got to explain the rationale behind why everything is. I also need to remember to put the tower back here when we've done that. Mustn't forget that. So, I am currently working towards building a city-state of Nuln army. And they have some special roles and and certain unit restrictions. Most of these units can't be taken. But one of the things that because they are basically the commerce city-state that has the School of Artillery and the School of Engineering, the Gunnery School and the School of Engineering, I think it is, they have massive commerce interests in every part of the empire. So their state troops often accompany state caravans and are used to stabilize trade routes. So they often get involved in local issues that involve protecting roadways, trade route, service station. It's a welcome break from travelling between the various different towns and cities. So conceptually, some of these are from the city-state of Nuln, and some of these are local troops from Averland. Now, Averland is an independent commerce state and doesn't have a massive standing army of its own. It doesn't throw its lot in with any of the squabbling, any of the three emperors, the various claimants to the throne of the emperor. So they tend to use their money to buy what they need. So not massive armies in their own right, just little bits here and there. And there's not a lot written about what those armies consist of. Now, in a lot of other states, in some of the states, Sigmar is outlawed. In other states, wizards are outlawed. But because Averland is kind of free, they're kind of a make no enemies kind of state, I can have bits of everything. So this is a small force, a State of Averland force supplemented with city-state of Nuln artillery and their regiments, but we're not trying to follow any of the city-state of Nuln rules. This is just a grand army, but that's sort of how it's composed and why it's looking a bit different and individual. So, if I go through the characters first. So the army is led by a general of the Empire. This is an Averland general. He has a great weapon, the Armour of Silvered Steel, which gives him a 3+ save, but that's one that can't be improved by any other means. And he also has a Witch Hunter's Ward, which gives him and the unit he joins magic resistance -2, and once per game it lets him reroll a single failed armour save. Then we have a wizard, level 2, no additional kit. This wizard is using the law of illusion. I've not used illusion before. I've only really used battle magic for my Bretonnians and dark magic for my dark elves before, so I'm trying different stuff. So this is an illusion wizard. And then the third character is a wizard lord on an Imperial Griffin with 2 heads. He has a Lore Familiar and a Wizard Staff. The Lore Familiar means I can choose his spells, and the reason for that is all the spells are useful if he was on foot, but given he's going to be flying around on a griffin, there are a lot of the spells in that lore will be really not of any practical use. So I wanted the Lore Familiar to be able to choose the spells, so I could harmonise them with the mini. With the character flying around and doing stuff. The wizard staff gives him bonuses to cast assailments and magic missile spells. So they're the characters. Core, Averland troops. We've got a unit of 20 state troops with sword and shield. So they'll be getting the parry save in close combat. We have a unit of 20 Averland missile troops with crossbows, full command on both. Also in core, this is what will be in future this will be a city-state regiment, but I'm representing it with different units for now. This is a state troops with halberds and shields. And 2 detachments of 10 state missile troops with the gun, the shooty one, the rifle bullet, handguns, that's the word. Now, you will see that the sergeants in these units have got special weapons. They can only have those in the City State of Nuln, so they are effectively just rifles at this point, same as the other guys in the units. Specials, we have a unit of 3 Demigryph Knights from one of the local knightly chapters. The knightly houses, chapters. And we have 2 mortars. The scouts have told us goblins, so there's lots of those. So we need to drop Nuln ordnance on them. Because, I mean, this place is already messed up. A few mortar rounds isn't going to make that much difference. And then in rare, we have a Hellstorm rocket battery, which, see what I just said about mortars, from the engineering school. And a unit of 20 flagellants, which I can't take in a City State of Nuln. Neither can I take the wizard nor the demigryphs, hence them being in this whilst I have the chance. And also, as far as I've been able to determine, Sigmar not outlawed in Averland like he is in half the rest of the Empire at the moment. So 20 flagellants, they are unbreakable, and they have hatred, and lots of big weapons, and they run forward and smack stuff with their sticks, yelling, "We're all doomed," and or Sigmar interchangeably. And that, we'll cover the spells for the wizards when we come to use them. That is my 2K of Army of Man. Right, let's take a look at the goblins. And here we have 2,000 points of not orcs and goblin tribes, and they look glorious. They are just fantastic. They look so they've got consistency to them, but they also look really ragtag and individual as well, and they're just gorgeous. And you've got the common trolls or stone trolls? Stone trolls, and you've got the drunken giant, and the wolf cavalry, and the bolt thrower, and then the fanatics, and yeah, these look great. Tell me about your army and your list.
Okay, well, since the first game, almost everything you see on the table has been painted up since then. So from the first game, we've got 10 archers here, 10 archers here, and 20 of these guys. Everything else has been built up and painted since.
Nice.
And also, I'm quite I've got, what's the word, nostalgic about this, because this chap and this little shaman here and the 4 fanatics, they're actually some of the oldest minis I own. I bought those back in the mid-90s when I was playing Blood Bowl, and the fanatics were my star players on my Goblin Blood Bowl team, and the shaman was my team wizard. And after the first game we played, I came really enthused about it and really wanted to get into the goblins, and I thought, I've got some goblins, so I stripped them down and repainted them, and here we are now. So that kind of moves us on to units, because to use those goblin fanatics, I needed some units of night goblins to put them in. So I've got a unit of 20 archers and a unit of 20 spears, both with full command. But then to use night goblins, you need night goblin characters. So I've got a night goblin Odd Knob, he's the one on the left, and a night goblin Odd Git. So the Odd Knob...
Which is the higher level wizard, the knob or the git?
The knob.
Knob. The knob is a bigger wizard.
Yes. He is a level 3 wizard. He has got a glowy green amulet and Buzzgob's knobbly staff.
What do they do?
The knobbly staff allows you to reroll a casting roll, and I can't remember what the glowy green amulet is. I think it's...
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, off the top of my head, it's something like, rather than doing a wizardly dispel, I can just roll a single d6, and depending on what the score is, I just automatically dispel a spell.
Ah, right, okay.
The Odd Git is...
We'll go through that when we use it.
Yeah. He's got War Magic. The Odd Git, he is wizard on foot. He's a level 1 wizard. He has glittering whatnots, which do something similar to the green amulet, so just a regular d6 to try and dispel a spell. And he's got illusion magic.
Okay.
The other characters, the general of the army, he is a goblin big boss. No, he's not. He's a goblin war boss with a hand weapon, light armour and a shield. And he has got Walloper's one-hit wonder, which is an Orc and Goblin tribe specific weapon, and the first time he uses it, it's called a one-hit wonder for a reason. He can only use it once, but it delivers something like a strength 10 hit, and then it breaks, and then he just goes back to being an all-hand weapon.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's also got Trollhide trousers, which give him a regeneration save.
Good out. And your Blood Bowl wizard?
My Blood Bowl wizard, he is a Goblin Oddgit. He's a level 1 wizard on foot. He's got the Collar of Zorga, which again, can't remember what it does. And he has got Elementalism magic, and I've just realised I've forgotten to put another Goblin down.
Hooray! And we're back. So this guy is a Goblin Big Boss. He's got 2-hand weapons, no additional kit. He's just an Arda Gobbo.
That's it.
Right, we've looked up the magic items. So the Collar of Zorga is basically a debuff for a mount that targets the guy or his unit. It's like minuses to hit and stuff. The glowy green amulet is if you target the unit, if a spell targets the caster or his unit, you can use that instead of making a wizardly dispel. On a 2, you roll the dice. On a 2+, it dispels it. Yeah. On a 1+, it explodes and can't be used again and does damage to the wearer.
Yeah.
And then the glittering whatnots, again, instead of using a wizardly dispel, you roll the dice. On a 4+, it reflects the spell back at the caster. On a 1 to 3, it does nothing.
Yeah.
So, yowzers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yowzers and troll trousers. Yes, quite. Okay, so that's the characters and all their gear.
Yeah.
Right, looks like we've got a unit of 30 goblins?
29.
29 goblins.
Yeah.
And a nasty skulker, which is basically an assassin. What we're going to do in a minute, we're going to go through the army, and then I'm going to hand the camera to James and turn around, and he's going to point at which units have got the various hidden things in. So that you guys at home know, and I don't.
Yeah. So, 29 goblins with full command, thrusting spears, shields, light armour. That's all there is to say about them. 2 identical units of goblin archers, so goblin mobs with hand weapons, short bows, and light armour. Just with bosses, so no standards, no musicians.
Right, okay. And they have a sneaky skulker in each one as well, don't they?
Yeah.
There's a sneaky skulker stood next to each one. Each of these units can have up to 3 sneaky skulkers. So they potentially have sneaky skulkers in them, but you'll get to find out in a moment. I'll get to find out later.
Yeah. We've got 5 goblin wolf riders with hand weapons and short bows with light armour, and I've given them feigned flight and reserve move, which basically means they can move and shoot, and if they are charged, they can fall back and automatically rally after they've fled.
Yeah, so
the charge.
Feigned flight means exactly as you say, they get to rally after they've fled. But of course, if they get run down in the meantime, they're still run down.
Yeah. And
reserve move is do a move after you've shot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And they've got a boss, but again, no standard bearer, no musician.
Okay.
We've got 10 other wolf riders.
Yaha.
And they have got hand weapons, shields, and cavalry spears, light armour, and the same thing, so feigned flight and reserve move, and they have full command, so boss, standard bearer, and musician.
Yep.
We have got a bolt thrower, just a bog standard goblin bolt thrower, and moving on to the rarer stuff, we've got a giant, who's again bog standard. They don't have very many options, giants.
No, they don't, do they? But they do get lots of interesting rules, and they fall over, and yeah. We'll have some fun with that. I don't know how I'm going to kill that, because most of my stuff's anti-infantry, so I think that's going to have to be a fight.
Yeah. And we've got 2 units of stone trolls. One's got regular hand weapons, and the other one's got great weapons.
Nice, yeah. Many hitty, big powerful hitty, or drop dwarf rock on means yes. E. And that's 2,000 points. Right, let's go on to deployment.
So Paul has now got his back to me, so I can point out where everything's going. This guy is going to go in this unit. Ooh, just knocked me giant over, timber. This guy is going to go in this unit. This guy is going to go in that unit. This guy is going to go in that unit. 3 to go, Paul. This guy, who I like to call Zoggo because he's all in black, is going to go in this unit. This guy is going to go in this unit. And this guy is going to go in that unit.
So here we are after deployment. I dropped first. We did the old 1-2-1-2, and this is what we have ended up with. I came in first with some swordsmen over here against goblins, and then the regiment over here, more goblins, some crossbows, more goblins, followed by goblins and cavalry and artillery and goblins and trolls and more goblins. So from my left to right, we have the 2 blocks of night goblins with their wizards and the bolt thrower. Then on the other side of these burning buildings, we have the giant, probably come fresh from burning one of those buildings. All the blobs of regular goblins in the middle with the two shooter units and the big spear unit. The trolls, organised into regiments or units, they're just bimbling forward. They're near the general because they're stupid. And then over here we have all the cavalry on the side. Any logic and or rationale other than if it fits, it goes?
I was going to say, if it fitted in the hole, that's where it went. But, yeah. Biggest unit down first because it takes up the most space. It's got the general in it, so I needed to put the trolls nearby. Worried that you've got shooting units and I don't, so put some shooting units near to it. Wanted to keep the night goblins together for thematic reasons, so they're over on that flank as kind of like their own little
thing.
And again, nice convenient space for giant and bolt thrower, so that's where they went. Also bolt thrower opposite big scary shooting unit with big axes and spiky things.
Yep.
And then limited mobility here, so put the fast units over here so that they can come around past the burning buildings and the wall.
Yeah.
So some logic, some necessity.
Some logic, some necessity. My necessity was based around the size of these apertures. Because this game's going to go one of 2 ways. We're either just going to stand on opposite sides of the table and shoot each other, and I've got the range with my artillery, so the goblins might need to come to me. But narratively, I have got to retake the town, so I don't know quite how this is going to go. So I've done shooty block on this side. This rank is a little weak, but I've got the illusionist over here with the glittering robes for the -1 to shoot. Saw that after the bolt thrower went down. I put, so it's kind of Nuln over here, Avaland over here, swordsman with the general and crossbows. Now the crossbows have got quite decent range, so I'll be able to fire those in the first turn, even if I haven't moved. Demigriffs to go through the gap and swing round. The wizard lord can fly over, but then the cavalry went down there as a counter, so I may end up moving it along to go central. I was kicking myself, actually. I thought I should have put it more central. Then I can go either way with it, but I committed on the flank with that guy. The flagellants, there wasn't a natural gap to put them through because we have some pinch points. So I put them here, and they can turn and go either way depending on what I need them to do in the first turn. And the artillery, just line them up. They got a minimum range of 12 inches, so I've got to try and stop the goblins getting to me, but they've got a maximum range of 48, and they don't need line of sight, so boom, boom, boom. And that was the logic to my deployment. The only thing to mention is we realised I'd underspent by 6 points, so I put an earthing rod on this chap to re-roll any calamitous detonations. I think that's it. Is that it?
I think so.
I think that's it. Should we roll to see who goes first?
Yep.
I get the +1 because I dropped first. To tie. So I get the +1, so I go first. Okay, so Empire, turn 1. So at the end of the strategy phase, and a couple of things, we have just discovered some mathematical errors, and there were too many goblins on there. We had a discussion, do we take them off, or do I add something up to balance it? It was 25 points, so I've added a war banner to these guys, which was in my list anyway, and I had to take it off to bring the points down, so put it back in. I think I mentioned that in the intro, or it might have been in our pre-intro discussion, not sure, but that's what was there before. So those of you who are mathematically keen will have noticed that was too big. Now it's not too big. Now we're playing slightly over 2,000 points. And during the enchantments and hexes, successfully cast Earthen Ramparts on this unit here. Fated Dispel was attempted and failed. So they have a 5+ ward and counters being behind low linear obstacle until my next Magic-y Magic turn. And then the Illusionist failed to cast Glittering Robe over here. So, movement. So after the movement phase, I have what I'm loosely referring to as a plan. So the wizard on the griffin has turned and run this way with double fly. I want to be in a better position for subsequent turns. I wasn't able to get close enough to wind blast, and I don't just want to sort of put like a turkey ready for them to kill and cook in there. I'm just envisaging a giant spit roast on the burning buildings behind. No, not good. These guys have to stay put or they lose the earthen ramparts. The flagellants are definitely keen to get inside. I think my plan is stand back until they force my hand by being total nutters and just running in. But the Nuln guys are less bothered about doing that than the Avalan guys are, so I might end up playing these a little differently. We shall see. A couple of steps forward from the general and his swordsman unit. And then over here, nothing has moved. I toyed with doing a move so I could get some ranged shots with the on the Night Goblins, but I'd be hitting on 6s. No, I'd be hitting on 7s. So, but yeah, no, definitely the right thing to do because it'd be more than half range, and because they are, I want to say ponderous or cumbersome. They're -2 to shoot if they've moved. So, not doing that. And my plan, such as it is to fire loads of rockets at all those goblins over there and try and land a mortar on that bolt thrower, because a direct hit from a mortar is strength 6 and has a chance of taking it out. So it is shooting with the crossbows that have got a decent range and dropping artillery. Okay, so we're starting off with the crossbows. We've got 10 shots at the trolls, the nearest unit of trolls. Ballistic skill 3, so hitting on 4s, -1 for long range. The unit leader has a better ballistic skill, so will be 3s down to 4s. That's a hit. And then these are going to hit on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in total. Strength 4, toughness 4, armor bane 2. 2 wounds. So you get your light armor equivalent save.
Make one fail.
On possible fail, and regen 5+.
Nope.
No, so a wound taken by a troll. Splendid. So the first mortar, firing indirectly. I am going to target the bolt thrower, so I have to put it over the centre of the bolt thrower. This will scatter regardless, because it's indirect. Drop dice don't count. Okay, so that's 10 inches that way. Might clip the dragon? No, misses everything. And we will try with the next mortar the same. Can I see? No, the corner of the building is in the way. Okay, so let's try that again. Want a hit and a nice low number. Well, it's not a hit and it's not a low number, but it's going to get something. Right, that's a partial hit on the bolt thrower and 3 partial hits on the Night Goblin. On the bolt thrower, strength 2. I don't think it can wound it, but we'll now need to check the table. Right, so that does wound. However, I've just realised I didn't roll to see if it was hit first. So we'll do that now. No, wasn't hit. So that didn't happen. Good. 3 goblins, Night Goblins, hit on 4s. 2. Strength 2, toughness 3, wounding on 5s. 1 at armor bane 2.
So I don't get saved.
You won't get a save, no. So that's a dead goblin. Now we have the Hellstorm rocket battery. I'm aiming at this unit So the template goes over the centre of the unit. And when I say template, I mean templates. It fires 3 times. And it's firing in directly, so it's going to scatter 3 times. So first one, this way, 6 inches. Nothing. Next one is a hit and a misfire. That's really bad. Right, so we ignore the hit. That is a misfire. It will be a roll on the black powder table, but you resolve all 3 of the rockets for the battery before you roll on the black powder table. So the last shot is a hit, 6 inches. It will scatter 6 minus my ballistic skill of 3, so it will only move 3 inches. So that's 3 full hits and 3 partial. The partials, 1 hit, strength 4, toughness 3, wounding on 3s, 3 at AP 1.
So I'll need 6s.
Do they have shields?
Yes.
Right.
Oh no, they've got light armour.
Light armour, in which case that's 3 dead, because AP 1 is enough to negate the light armour.
Yes.
So now we need to roll on the black powder misfire table. Now, normally in a city-state of Nornarm, you'd have loads of engineers about the place, and they give you all sorts of rerolls. I haven't got any engineers, because this is a grand army of the Empire. Not a 1. It's a 2. Well, it's not a 1. Malfunction. The charge misfires, terminally inconveniencing one of the crew and knocking the war machine over. It can be righted, but it will take time. The crew immediately lose 1 wound. The model fails to shoot this turn and cannot shoot before the end of the next round. So the guy dies, a rocket explodes, the guy dies, and it needs to spend a turn being turned back over. Can't shoot next turn. So with all the artillery, I managed to kill 4 goblins and 1 human. At this rate of attrition, I am not sure I like those numbers. But that's the end of Empire Turn 1, as we go on to not Orc and Goblins Turn 1. So we're in the strategy phase, and it's start of turn, so stupidity tests. For the units at the front, they get to use the general's leadership of 7, which is only slightly better than, what do they have? 5? 5. Okay, so front unit, 8. So they are going to stand there and do nothing. The unit behind them, are they going to bimble into them?
8.
No, they're also stupid. Maybe it's the loud explosions that are just baffling them. And then what was that? Oh, no. See you, trolls. Okay, so in the enchantment phase, we attempted Glittering Robe, which didn't go off. We attempted Evil Sun Shining, to give you reroll 1s to hit and better AP, but that failed. But because he's got Buzzgob's Knobbly Staff, he tried to reroll it and also failed. So I'm getting there's a lot of explosions that they probably were not expecting.
Yes.
That is probably it. You're not going to have any charges, so it's your remaining moves, I guess.
Indeed.
Yes. So we have marching across the line. These night goblins trying to get into the loo of this building to stay out the way of the riflemen. The handgunners, sorry. These guys, there was a debate about whether to move or march them, but moving them wouldn't get them in range of their short bows, but marching means that next turn they'll be in range for volley fire, which is desirable. Bolt thrower obviously staying still. Giant marching. Marching. Still keeping the stupid trolls in range of the general. He's obviously hopping up and down, shouting at them, trying to sort of throwing haunches of meat further forward. Go on, eat that! And then around here we have the cavalry marching for position as well. And that's most of the turn, because we just have the shooting from the bolt thrower to do. And so they're going to be ballistic skill 3, which will be a basic hit on a 4, but you're more than half range, you'll hit on a 5. But it'll be a lot of hits if you hit on a 5.
I think it's 3 shots.
It's not normally how the bolt throwers work. It might be a special one, but a regular bolt thrower, because they impale ranks, I think that's the right terminology. If your strength's 5, but 1 hit gets you a strength 5 hit, a strength 4 hit, a strength 3 hit, a strength 2 hit, and a strength 1 hit, if there's that many. Unless that is a special thing that does anything different.
Yeah, regular bolt thrower.
Okay, in which case you will hit a 5. No. The bolt goes sailing into the air. Again, obviously probably disconcerted by the explosions they weren't expecting. And that's your turn 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's all about jockeying for position. This looks awesome. Sorry, I can't. I'm loving the old world. It just looks so cool. Right, turn 2. Okay, I'm keeping my powder dry. I've only done 2 moves. The zealots, the general's right there, so he's keeping an element of control over them, but they're still surging forward. They are impetuous, but that doesn't come into effect yet. I basically want to feed them into the grinder before anything else. I had some thoughts about what to do with the wizard. I wanted to fly over here and then wind blast the giant back, but I have in my mind that they can move a long way and cast spells, and that's because double fly is 18 inches, because it's only single fly for casting. So I've not got the range. So my plan here is stay put and get ready for a charge next turn, because I can fly over these guys to charge in next turn, knock a few trees over. This thing won't be shooting, but it will be getting turned back over. Now over here, because that's a large target, I can fire both ranks of handguns at it from both units if they are all in line of sight. It looks like they are all in its front arc, at least partially. So I should be able to get a bunch of shots at the giant with the handguns, and then see what I can do with the couple of bits of artillery. Why aren't you a cannon? Be a cannon! So 10 shots from the first unit, hitting on 5s because of range. That's 1, 2, 3 hits. What's his toughness?
6.
6, okay. Wounding on 6s. 1. AP -1, which gets through his calloused hide, so that is a wound. Mm-hmm. How many does he have?
He starts with 6.
Starts with 6, so he's got 5 left. Then we have another 10 shots from the other unit. 1 hit. I only need a 6 to wound. No, that's the opposite of a 6. Okay, so he's got 5 wounds remaining. Okay. Now what to do with all this artillery? I need to think. So because the giant's a large target, I can fire at it directly. So everything else is an indirect shot. With hindsight, should have put it over here. So I'm going to attempt to hit the giant with the mortar. With a bit of luck, if it does miss, it'll go that way.
With hindsight, you should have made it a cannon, because you keep telling it to be a cannon.
Why, yeah, be a cannon! The cannon are 30 points more expensive. And I knew I was coming up against goblins. You know, the scouts had told us it was goblins, mortars are the thing. And what is that? No one mentioned that! We need cannon! So that's a misfire. So that's good. That's good. Not a 1, it's a 6. Well, let me consult the table. Right, just failed to shoot this turn. Okay, right. You get to turn back over this turn. So do I put you against lots of goblins, or do I try and hit the giant? I can see the giant. I'm going to try and hit the giant. It's not going to get to me. Has he got Swift Stride, the giant?
No.
No, okay. I'm still going to try... no, I'm going to shoot some goblins. It's meant to kill goblins. I'm going to kill some goblins. I'm going to shoot this unit, because they're going to shoot me next turn. So, and I can see it. 48-inch range. So, just looking for a hit. Come on. I'll take that. I will take that. So that was more or less a perfect hit on that unit. The only thing it's missed is the character on the corner. So there's 12 definite hits and there's 8 partials. So the 8 partials are hit on 4s. 1, 2. So 12 becomes 14 definitely hit. Now one of them is the unlucky one to be underneath the central hole. That is strength 6, AP -3. D3 wounds. That is dead. So that's 1. So there are 13 other shots that are... 13 other hits, I should say, that are strength 2, AP -2. So they will kill on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the other one, 5. 5 dead in total. which is mathematically just below the number needed for a panic test. So you're good. And I have to say, these magnetic gap fillers that you've built to cover up the movement trays, they are great. They're really cool. But I did want to have killed a lot more over here by this point in time, so that's a thing. Now, crossbows. Into the goblins or into the trolls? The trolls are a bigger problem when they arrive. But the goblins are right there. Trolls! Okay, so we're total of 10, with 1 being the unit leader, so that one will hit on a 4. No, and these will hit on 5s. 3. Strength 4, toughness 4, winning on 4s. That's 1 with armor bane -2, and 2 light armor saves of 6+.
Nope.
No, so 3 regeneration saves of 5+.
1.
1, okay, so 2 damage taken. How many do they have each?
3.
3, okay. He took 1 wound last turn, didn't he?
He did.
Okay, so that kills that one. Got a troll! Those gap fillers are a thing of beauty, man. So that's the end of Empire turn 2. I mean, I've not even forced a single panic test yet. Oh, the trolls need to take a panic test.
Is that leadership?
Yeah, I don't think they're immune to panic.
Can they use his leadership?
They can indeed.
7.
7 or less.
Rolling well for 8s on a leadership 7.
Okay, so let's just check that stupidity doesn't make you immune to panic. But then you're going to run directly away. You're going to panic directly away from the crossbowman, probably through the other unit of trolls, which may cause them to panic. So let's check that. So we can't see anything that says stupidity is immune to panic, because they're not immune to psychology. So you'll pivot to face away from the unit that caused the panic and flee 2d6 directly away from them.
11.
That's 11.
That'll get them off the table.
Oh, okay. So they've run off the table. They've run through that other unit of trolls, so they have to make a panic test because they've been fled through.
That's a 6.
But they're within range of the general's leadership of 7, so they're probably just really confused about why there were 3 of them in front of them earlier and only 2 of them have run away. Are they a motley crew?
No.
They're not, so you couldn't have them with a different weapon loadouts.
No.
Yeah. That's the disadvantage of units of 3. 1 dies and they need to take a panic test. I'm looking at you guys.
No, I checked that when I was building them. Not a motley crew.
Right, okay. So, have forced 2 panic tests and I've killed a unit of trolls. I'll take that. You'll go. 1 minute. So, the trolls that ran away, they were above half unit strength. So rather than a full-out flee, they fall back in good order, which means they only run away the highest dice roll, not both dice rolls. So they haven't run off the table, they're just on the other side of that unit, still running away.
Yeah.
Hooray! That felt harsh. That's better. Right, now it's Orcs and Goblins' turn. No, now it's not Orcs and Goblins' turn. Well, it is Goblins' turn 2, but it isn't Orcs and Goblins' turn 2. So when I say not Orcs and Goblins' turn 2, I don't mean it's not the turn 2 of the Orc and Goblin player. What I mean is there's no Orcs and there's only Goblins to take their turn 2. It's their turn 2. Okay, so, start of turn. Stupidity first for the non-fleeing trolls. 7 is a pass, because you're within the general's command range. Now, in the command step, rallying cry, you are also just in the command range, so you can attempt to get them to rally with your general's rallying cry. Nope. Which fails, but that means you will also get to try and rally them in rally fleeing troops at the end of the phase after you've done your spells.
Right.
So at the end of the phase, glittering robes cast here, so they're -1 to be targeted. I tried a fated... No, I didn't try a spell. Then Evil Sun Shining was cast on a 12. I tried a Fated to spy on that just for the heck of it. Didn't get that. So -1 for me to shoot at them, and re-roll 1s to hit for all shooting within command range, and also an additional AP for all shooting in command range. So that could be kind of tasty over there. Then the Trolls rallied! The Trolls rallied and have reformed. And because we are past the stupidity test step, I am assuming that they do not need to test for stupidity. So, yeah. Charges. Are there any charges you think you might need to go for?
I don't think there's any charges I can make.
I don't think there's any charge. We'll come back to you if we discover a charge. So at the end of the movement phase, it's interesting. These guys have marched and wheeled for presumably next turn, or future turns, for position. These guys are going to be volley firing with the glare of the sun upon them for the rerolls. The giant is danger close. It is danger close. I have nothing else to say about it other than that. These guys have marched for position next turn. These archers have moved forward slightly and redressed the ranks to try and get some shoots. The general has realised an element of overconfidence when he's seen these frothing lunatics coming around the corner and backed off 2 inches. The trolls have marched. The first unit of cavalry has stayed still, and the second unit behind have moved up. They are not wanting... None of the goblins want to be the first to stick their heads through this breach. That's the trolls' job. It's the trolls' job. I had been hoping for something a bit closer to try and charge into with my big winged thing, which is possibly why the cunning goblin hasn't done it. These sneaky goblins is. Yes. And orcs would be bolder.
Orcs would have gone in.
Orcs would have gone in. Yeah. No, not an orc. No. Right. Okay, so that's movement. Now, shooting. Do you know where we're going to start with the shooting? Bolt thrower.
Into spiky lads.
Okay, so it's going to hit on a 5+ again, but it'll re-roll 1s because of the spell.
It hits.
It hits. Okay, so that is... Its strength was 5, was it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a strength 5, a strength 4, a strength 3, a strength 2, and a strength 1 hit. So strength 5, wounds. Let's get that out of the way. The strength 4 will wound on a 3+. Yes, the strength 3 will wound on a 4... yes. So hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2. There are strength 2 on a 5. No. And strength 1 on a 1. On a not that. Yeah. Okay, they all have the same AP. What is the AP?
It's a bolt thrower, which isn't in my book, it's in your book.
Okay, it's -3 for a bolt thrower, so that is 3 guys dead. Then 7 shots in total, because only the 2 front ranks are in, so using volley fire, a total of 7 shots. Hitting on 5, -1 for range, but re-rolling 1s. There's a 1. It does not convert. So that's 1 hit. Strength 3, toughness 3, so 4s. Wounds, AP is -1 because of the spell, so I'm going to save the 6, which I make. Thuds into my shield. My bad. For some reason, I was thinking of that unit, but you weren't shooting at that unit. You were shooting at this unit. You were shooting at the handgunners. They have no armour at all, so that is a handgunner dead. So 1 handgunner killed over here. Then there were 3 shots in from these short bows into the flagellants. Nothing died. And is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. Empire turn 3, and I have a dilemma over here. Do I try and shoot the giant down? Or do I charge into it with my halberds and then get the halberds, killed? Because I can't shoot it if I've charged it with the halberds. Interesting. Thoughts are required. So, in the strategy phase, it's a familiar story. Earthen ramparts on here, no glistering robe on there. I have rolled a 1 and a 2 with that guy. Every spell I've tried to cast with him. And that's it for my casting. I did think, can I get the Wizard Lord over here and Windblast him? I'm about 2 inches out. My positioning with him has been terrible the whole game. So I have to think a couple of turns ahead with him now. So we have a charge. The halberdiers are going to charge into the giant. Now, technically I'm in the front arc, but this model unit's in the way. We've decided that it's going to be a side arc charge. That's what makes most sense to us. Okay, so the charge reaction is hold. So I roll charge distance of 5 plus 4 is 9. So this is where we end up. I really would have liked that glittering robes to go off. I've an assailment spell for him to do in a minute. Let's see if that actually happens. Okay, so we're just going back and he causes terror, so I need to check to see if I was able to make the charge in the first place. 8. I'm not sure. No, it's 7. So it's as if nothing happened. Right, okay, well I'm going to have to shoot him. And fail to kill him. But that's a problem for next turns, Paul. Okay, so the plan has become this, and it's the end of the movement phase. So they've wheeled for position next turn, hopefully to charge into his flank if they are still there. He has position for next turn, either to charge into the giant. Hopefully he's not going to be back here. In fact, I'm going to correct my pivot slightly. So if he is back there, I still get to charge him. I have plenty of spare move. If not, he's potentially going to be able to charge up into some of those goblins. Terror-causing creatures are immune to fear, so I need to check that. I don't know if he'd have to pass a test to go in there. Not sure. The flagellants have moved for next turn. These guys have stayed still. The demigryphs are going forward a bit. I am still expecting this line to hit me and take out some of their tasty stuff before we get embroiled in an ongoing combat. And everyone who can is going to shoot the giant. The guns are really not going to do much against the giant because it only wounds it on 6s and it's got 5 more wounds to get through. But the mortars are danger close. Oh, actually, hang on. Hang on, I can just move. I'll move those. That's a good idea. Yes, I was just accused of thinking like a goblin, but no, it's a human who's just acquired some common sense. So move back there. Yes, this is much more sensical. Yes. Deary me. All right, I mean, look, he's come quite a long way. I mean, that shield he got from the northwest of the country, and we're now in the southeast. So he gets about a bit, this guy.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
He just crawled into a night goblin cave and they poked him and prodded him and persuaded to come along for some fun.
Well, this is true. Okay, so mortars. We're going to try and mortar him to death because the strength 6 hit should do him some damage. And then mortars. We're going to start with the mortar. So it's a large target, and so I can see him. So I'm just looking for a hit. That's the very opposite of a hit. There is a 10-inch scatter in that direction. That's going to hit nothing. So the next mortar. Scatter 6 inches in that direction will also hit nothing. Now the rocket battery, I am less keen on firing this close because that scatters more than... Well, let's fire the handguns at it first. 10 of those. 5, 10. Going to hit on 6s because I've moved. 1, need a 6 to wound. Yes! It's another wound.
AP?
AP 2 on the 6 to wound because of armor bane.
I don't really save.
Nope. So it goes down to 4 wounds. Right. Hellstorm rocket battery. What do I most want to shell with the Hellstorm rocket battery? I'm going to carry on shooting the General's Regiment. That's festive. Right. Let the shelling commence. Central guy. That's okay. That's a 4. So that's going to scatter somewhere there. We'll measure that exactly in a minute. The next one is a 4 that way. Again, we'll measure that exactly in a minute. And the next one is a 2 that way. We will measure that exactly in a now. Right. 8 hits and 14 hit on a 4 plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 8 is 15. So there were 14 dice here. One more. 1 is your general. On a 2+, he pushes another grot in the way.
Okay.
He pushes another grot in the way, so these are all hits on the unit. These are strength 4, AP -1, so winning on 3s. Five, 10, 11 at -1, so 11 saves of 6+. Ten dead. That is that 25%?
25. It's unit 30, so yes.
Okay,
25.
that will be a panic test then. So it does require a panic test on a 7 or less. That's a 7. So you've passed. These handgunners fired into those night goblins and did nothing. Now we have the crossbows into the trolls again. So first off, the unit commander hits. Then the rest of the unit hit on 5s. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Strength 4, toughness 4, winning on 4s. 4. No armor, no AP on these, so you get your 4 saves of 6+. No, then your 4 regeneration saves of 5+. You make 2 of, one of them takes 2 wounds, no casualties, no panic. So at the end of my turn, injured a troll, killed a few goblins, tickled a giant, and that's it. Brace yourself. Orc and Goblins tribes army turn 3. So under the strategy phase, both trolls passed their stupidity tests, and there's a lot of spellcasting successfully done over here. The Glittering Robe is cast, so they are -1 to hit. The Evil Sunshine failed to cast and failed the reroll, so no additional stuff there. But then Plague of Rust cast on the Halberdiers, even with the magic resistance of the wizard and an attempt at a wizardly dispel. That was still cast. They're at -2 armor saves. They now have no armor save. Charges.
Giant is going to charge into the halberdiers.
The halberdiers, right. I must take a terror test to see if I am allowed to declare hold. Come on, guys. I am allowed to declare hold. Okay. They will shoot at it. They can't because of the angle they're at.
Okay. So do I roll to see if he goes in?
Not yet. Any other charges?
No.
Ah, they're right. In which case, yes.
2 dice.
2 dice.
Hit the
We
highest.
apply the highest and your movement.
So that's 9.
So you have a total of 9. I get my shots at you. It's -1 for... I nearly said Overwatch. -1 for stand and shoot. So I'm going to hit you on 5s. It's quite a few, but I really want the 6s in a minute because I need 6s to wound you. 4 6s would be interesting. 1. Okay, so he takes a wound. Because it's AP -2.
And 3 remain.
And then he moves his 9 inches. They end up here. Then the remaining moves. So, yeah, that's not good. So we realised there had been a possible charge here with the trolls, so we went back and did it, but they rolled snake eyes, so only moved 1 inch towards the zealots. So that was a failed charge, and they bimbled forward 1 inch. These guys have moved forward to enable fire and flee in subsequent turns to get close to the zealots. These guys have stayed put. They're going to be volley shooting, I'm sure. They're just gloating. These guys have moved up, ready to do a few shoots this turn and volley fire next turn. And these guys have moved similarly, moving rather than marching. So some shooting this turn and then volley fire next turn. So now it's shooting. Do you know where you want to start?
Start with these guys going into the handgunners.
Okay, 4 shots. -1 to hit, because short bows are quick
Quick shots.
shots, but minus range. So 2 hits. Strength 3, toughness 3. 4s, kills 1. Then the same here. So to get -1 to hit, so 5s.
1.
4 to wound?
Nope.
No.
And then the bolt thrower will shoot at those handgunners as well.
The handgunners, okay. 5 to hit. Yes. So that's a strength 5 and a strength 4 hit as it penetrates the ranks. A 2,
yep.
And then a 3.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so that kills 2, which is not quite 25%. Okay, 13 shots now volley firing into the flagellants. They have cover because part of the unit is obscured. And 6 are at long range, so they're at -2, and 7 are at short range, so they're only -1. So 6s for these.
Just remind me why they were -1 and -2.
Well, they're more than half away, aren't they, those ones? They're more than half their weapon range away, so that's -1 for that.
Yeah.
And the unit's in cover.
Ah, yes. Sorry.
So that's 1 hit from those.
Yeah, those are the long range ones.
Yeah, and then the others will hit on 5s.
Yeah.
2 hits in total.
Yeah.
Strength 3, toughness 3. So 1 wound. I have a ward save of 6+ from a rule called Feel No Pain. No, I felt the pain. 1 died. And now 5 shots from the Wolf Riders. Only range minuses, so they're hitting on 5s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound, 6+ feel no pain. No, kills another one. And then they use their reserve move to move backwards half their move. So now we come over to the combat. The first thing I need to do is make a fear test to see if I'm going to be afraid of you. No, not afraid of you, not anymore. Not after I tried to run at you. Go, he's quite tall and got very close. Right, you're at initiative 5. So you're going to go first. You're going to use the giant attacks thing. So instead of doing normal attacks or pick up which is another option he has, you can pick someone up and do something with them. You're going to roll on the giant attacks table. Well, this is super random. What is he going to do?
I'm over for a 2.
That's a 6. What's a 6?
Jump up and down.
Okay.
The giant jumps around, kicking and flattening the enemy. For this attack, the giant does not use its club. Instead, the target unit suffers d6 +1 hits, each using the strength characteristic of this model, and with no armour save permitted. Ward and regeneration saves can be attempted as normal.
Well, my armor's fallen off anyway. Yeah. So d6 +1 hits. For 4. And his strength is 6?
6.
Okay, so 4 hits that are going to wound on 2s. Kill on 2s, in fact. Okay, so 3 dead. I mean, I couldn't get my armour anyway, but it has rusted off. So that's these 3 dead. So that's going to reduce my return attacks. Not that the return attacks are going to do a huge amount. So out of my 2 ranks, that's 3 that can't fight back. So 10 -3 is 7, -1 for the wizard is 6, +1 for the champion is 7 attacks. What's the weapon skill of the giant?
3.
3, okay. My weapon skill is also 3, so I'm going to hit you on 4s. Four hits, oops. 4 hits. Strength is 4 with the halbards.
6.
So 6 is to wound. 1 at -1, so that goes through.
Yeah.
So he goes down to 2 wounds. And then I also have the wizard, who has 1 or 2 attacks. Yeah, the wizard has 1 attack, which is going to hit on a 4, wound on a 6. No. Okay, now your stomp attacks. How many?
D6.
Okay.
Yeah, just making sure I read that right.
2. Okay, is he a behemoth?
No.
Does not have... Yes, it is. I can see it. Troop type.
Oh, yes.
Behemoth. So his... not that it matters. Behemoth means his stomp attacks are AP -2, but my armor's rusted off anyway. So 2 hits, winning on 2s.
1.
Kills 1 more. Okay, so as far as we can tell, I did 1 wound to the giant. I have 1 full rank. I have a standard. I am close order with a unit strength of 10 or more. And because the unit strength of the giant is 6 for his starting wounds, I outnumber him. So I score 5. The giant got 4. The giant loses by 1, but it's unbreakable, so it withdraws, it gives ground, falls back 2 inches, and I have to decide whether or not I am following it up. I'm going to follow it up. Okay, so that was unexpected. I thought I was going to get utterly flattened there, but I guess that's giant attacks for you. Belly flop, you hit everyone in the unit, don't you?
It's 3-inch blast template.
Right, yeah, okay, so that could have been much better / worse depending on one's perspective. And that's the end of Goblin's turn 3.
Yep.
So now it's Empire turn 4, and I've got to decide what I'm going to do here. Empire turn 4. Some things I am clear, very clear on what I'm going to do. Other things less so. Okay, so at the end of the strategy phase, and it's all a bit of a wash. He can't try and cast Glittering Robe because he's in combat. I wanted to cast Earthen Ramparts on them, but I can't because they're in combat. I tried to cast it on them instead, but failed. Wizarding has not gone well for me this time. So, we're pulling the trigger on this, and we're going to see what happens. So, the Demigryph Knights are going to charge the Trolls. The Flagellants are going to charge the Archers. The Wizard Lord is going to charge these archers. In fact, isn't he the one wearing the collar of messes up your mount?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Right, okay. Well done for aiming as a bullseye towards the one thing. Anyway, right. And then the handgunners are going to flank charge the giant. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Right, so charge reactions. You charge reaction here?
Stand and shoot.
Stand and shoot. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to get some shots in. Probably not a huge number. With the trolls?
Stand.
Okay, and against these guys?
Stand and shoot.
Stand and shoot, okay. So first off, this is easy. They make it in. So we've just done the stand and shoot, then we've remembered terror. So we're going to roll for terror now and see if that changes anything. You need 6 or less. Yep. Yes, you must enter a flee reaction. So you need to pivot away from the unit causing the fear, the terror, and flee 2d6 inches away from it. 8 inches. So they are now fleeing. I could choose to redirect, but I've blocked myself off here. That's probably the sequence has caused that, but that's okay because I will just... can I redirect? I could redirect. It has to be in my front arc. Let me just get it. They're out of my front arc, although I could go over the building. They are probably too far, but I will tape measure it. So my brain cell just kicked in. Because it's more than 50% of the original starting unit strength, it's a 4 back in good order. So you fell back 6, which is your highest dice roll. So there is still a chance I am going to catch you. So I moved 9 with my with 2d6 pick the highest for 4, and then Swift Stride on top for 6. No, 9 or 6, 15. That's more than 15. I am certain. So we were doing the standing and shooting over here. The front rank needs 5s, and that's an awful lot of 5s and 6s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits from those goblins, which are going to wound on 4s. 2. Ward saves are 6+. No, kills 2. Then we charge. We charge 9. So after all the shenanigans with the moving and the turning and the charging and the closing of the door, we end up here. Now it's the Demigryphs. That's a 6 plus move plus Swift Stride of 2. And we end up here. So now it's on to remaining moves. The lines have smashed together. I'm probably going to take the opportunity to reposition these units for next turn over here. And then I need to decide what I'm going to fire the artillery at. Probably best not to fire the artillery over here at this moment in time. But maybe over here. Okay, so the swordsmen have marched forward. And the state troops with crossbows have stayed put. Because every one can get line of sight of one of the models in the enemy general's unit. You'll get light cover for being slightly obscured from various angles, but that's still a decent set of shots. Better than moving, because if I move too much, I'll end up in getting these guys hit next turn, and I'm hoping the Demigriff's kind of... well, I'm going to get charged in the flank, regardless of what happens here. Yeah, tomorrow's problem. And these guys staying put, they have a few different shooting options. So first off, shooting these guys into the general's unit. No hits scored. Now we are going to start to throw artillery over here. Now if I draw, can I see the centre? I can, you know. The centre of the mortar can see the centre of that unit, so it's not indirect. So, mortar fire is a 4. Tape measure. So no one under the centre hole. 3 partials on this unit, one of whom is that wizard, is hit, and the 2 other partials both hit. Could you do a lookout, sir, test for your wizard, please? So 3 hits on the unit here. Strength. Winning on 5 for strength 2. Okay, so 1 at -2. So that gets 1 in that unit. And then there were 4 definite hits and 4 partial hits in this unit. The partials, 2 convert. So 6 wounding on 5, killing on 5s. 2 dead from that unit. So 1 from that, 2 from that. And now we're going to fire the Hellstorm rocket battery indirectly into the same unit. So the first one is a hit, but moves 8 minus my ballistic skill. So moves 5 inches this way. So we'll check that in a moment, because that could be quite important. The next one moves 5 inches on a slightly more oblique angle in this direction. The reason why this is easy to do is because you have to target the centre of the unit. So irrespective of where we hovered the template originally, we know the direction, so we can measure it after the fact. Then the next one is a hit going that way, 4 minus my ballistic skill of 3, 1 inch. So it goes there, 1 inch. Right. Complicated. So this unit has got 4 definite hit and 5 partial hits. So the partials, 3 convert. So that's a total of 3. That's a total of 7 hits on this unit. Come on, brain, what are you doing to me? Then this unit, there's 8 partials, 10 hits. One of the partials is the wizard, which is hit. So we need a lookout, sir, for the wizard, which is passed. So the 8 partials will all transfer to the squad, to the unit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the 10 hits. That's 14 hits on this, 7 hits on that. Jeez. And these are strength 4, AP -1. 3s. This unit has sword and they've got shield and light armor, haven't they? Or is it just light, just shields? That's 11 saves of 6+. God, when they do nothing for 3 turns, but when they hit, they hit.
Nothing.
So that kills 11. So there were 7 hits on this unit. 3s. -1. They've just got light armor, I assume.
Correct.
So that's 6 from that unit. Youch. So it looks like this after the smoke clears. So panic tests are going to be required.
Just checking the night goblins.
So he's particularly brave, this guy. He's leadership 6. This unit is leadership 5. So a 6 on this unit. Passed. And then a 5 on that unit. Come on! Ah. Right, so they are going to pivot and flee. Right, there were 10 in there, 20 to start with, weren't there?
Yes.
It's more than half strength, so it is going to be a full back in good order.
Yep.
So it is pivot away from the source of the damage, 2d6, pick the highest, rally on the other side. 3. So they're going to pivot away. They're going to flee through this unit and then rally on this side of them. They've already taken a panic test this turn, so they don't have to take another one for being fled through. And there is more shooting to do. Now, I'm going to put the mortar, I think, I'm just standing and thinking about this. I'm not going to put the mortar on here because we weren't expecting them to be there and the Griffin was charging in. So I don't think that's where they fire the mortar. It's also pretty dangerous over there. So I'm either going to put it into the bolt thrower or maybe I'll go for these cavalry back here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll go for the cavalry back here. Oops. Okay, my line of sight's blocked by intervening units, so it will do a scat. Yeah, it's off the reservation. That's gone. Okay, we were just talking about artillery, and if it hits, it really hits, but it really doesn't hit that often. The 3 scatters with the rare Hellstorm rocket ball, because that's strength 4. The mortars, the most of the hits are strength 2, so they don't actually kill that much. That one's, yeah.
So the mortar's only strength 6, directly under the hole in the template.
That's right. That's how stone throwers work. It fires as a stone thrower. So the one that gets hit in the face gets really badly hit with multiple wounds, better AP, and then everyone else takes
shrapnel and dirt.
Yeah. But it's also it's high AP. So, like, for example, if you're firing into Chaos Warriors, the one who gets hit in the face pretty much dies. The others, I think it's still -2 AP. So you need to wound them on 6s, but it goes through a lot of their heavy armour. It's like shrapnel in the face kind of thing. Okay, so that there is still more shooting, believe it or not. Right, we've got these 5 gunners into that unit of goblins. There's no minuses to hit them, but I'm over half range. Drop dice don't count. I'm over half range, so I need 5s. That's an artillery dice. That's a scatter dice. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, AP -1.
So they die.
Okay, so 2 of those die. Then I'm going to try and cast a magic missile at the darkness. Wind Blast, I believe 'tis called. It is indeed. Casting value of 8, +1 for my wizard staff. So that's 10, plus wizard staff 11, plus my level 13. So
just remind myself what he's got.
I don't think he had the amulet. No, I think they were both the night goblins.
So he will try and dispel it, but I think he needs proper cards.
He does, yeah. Oh, so close! You could not be closer to Boxcars, but it's still. Yeah. This is what I wanted to hit the giant with because this is D3 +3 strength 5 hits. This is what, for those of you who saw the game that my Dark Elves played against Wolf Corgi's Wood Elves, this is the spell that his unit just used to nibble away at me for the entire game. Killing on 2. Oh no, there's AP of 1, so yeah, killing on 2s. 2 dead. And then you must give ground because it's a wind blast and I'm blowing you backwards.
So is that moving back 2 inches?
Moving back 2 inches directly away from source. Yeah. So we're starting the combat over here. The nasty skulker has revealed himself and he has strikes first. So he has appeared in the front rank and is going to try and stab a Flagsman in the eyes before he gets to swing his big flail thing.
Can he target the champion from there?
No, he's not in base to base. You can declare a challenge.
No, just stab the dude right in front of him. So he gets 2 attacks, weapon skill 4.
Okay, my weapon skill is less than 4. Less than 4. Heading on 3s.
1 hit. Strength 3.
Toughness 3. Force to wound. No. Okay, right. Now I'm on my charging initiative stuff. So I'm going on initiative 6. I have a Prophet of Doom in the front row. I'm not bothering with any challenges or anything. There is the big boss there that I could try and hit with my flail, but I'm not gonna. So there's the champion and the 4 regular guys, and Furious Charge gives me a whole bunch of attacks. I'm heading on 4s, but I'm re-rolling because of hatred. So re-rolling these misses. Praise Sigmar for re-rolls. Well, that said, only one of them hit. So strength 5 on the charge, so and at AP 2, so 2's to kill. So that's 4 dead. Yep, killed 4. Next in the initiative order is the big boss. He has 4 attacks because of his 2 hand weapons, hitting on 3s. Weapon skill's at least 4, isn't it?
Weapon skill 4.
Yeah, so hitting on 3s. 4 hits. Strength is 4.
Strength is 4.
So wounding on 3s. 4 feel no pain saves of 6+. 1. Yes, I was just checking because mine goes up to 5 plus feel no pain depending on your strength, but it will be strength 5 and it will be 5+. So that kills 3. And then 10 attacks from the regular goblins in return. Weapon skill?
Weapon skill is 2.
2. Also hitting on foot. Oh! I was... Right, okay. I should have been hitting you on 3s before. I was hitting you on 4s. My bad. I assumed that the... Because the sneaky skulker was weapon skill 4, I was rolling to hit you on 4s. Go! So 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strength 3, toughness 3. So 4s. 2 saves of 6+. Ward saves. No. Kills 2 more. And this is a win for the goblins. They killed 5. They have a rank, close order with more than 10, and they outnumber, giving a total of 8. The flagellants killed 4, +1 for a rank, +1 for close order, 10 or more models. Means the flagellants lost by 2. They are unbreakable, so they simply give ground. Are you going to follow up or stay put?
Stay put.
Okay. Right, now we come over here. We both cause fear, which makes us both immune to fear. Going at initiative 7, the Demigryph Knights are first. 4 attacks from the Knights and the Preceptor, hitting on 3s because weapon skill 4 versus 3. That's 4 hits. Strength is 6 with the Lances and AP -2, so 2's to wound. That's 3 wounds, which gets through your light armour, but you have your regeneration saves. Now, the crucial thing to keep a count on here is they do count for combat resolution, even if they are saved.
Yep.
But no, so that's 3 wounds done from those. Now, the Demigryphs also hit on 3s. Then they strength 5, so these will wound on 3s. These are Wicked Claws, so they are AP -2. So that's 4 more regeneration saves. Of 5+. All failed.
Yep.
That's a total of 7 wounds.
Yep.
So how many do they have left?
So that one was on 2. So
He'd taken 2, hadn't he? Were you not counting up with that guy?
Uh,
Oh no, they're different units. They've swapped around, haven't they?
yes.
Yeah.
So he's dead. So that's 2. He's got 1 wound left. If I'm counting that correctly.
Right, okay. So he gets to hit back on his initiative.
And he gets 3 attacks. Weapon skill 3.
So 4's to hit.
2. Strength 5.
Toughness 4, so wounding on 3s.
Yep.
What's his AP?
It's a hand weapon.
Just a regular hand weapon?
Yep.
Okay, I get my 2-up save. Which, 1 goes through, 1 of them takes a wound. So he's got 2 wounds left.
And then Troll Vomit.
Yep. 1 also hit, is it? Troll Vomit, or is it D3?
1 additional attack. Doesn't. Oh, it hits automatically. Yeah. So 1 additional attack. So strength 3.
So winning on a 5?
Nope.
No, ignores armour though, doesn't it?
Uh,
I think it ignores armour.
no.
No? What am I thinking of? Oh, never mind.
It's AP 2.
Oh, right, okay. That might be it. So I did 7 wounds. I've got a war banner, a banner. I'm close order, but my strength is not 9 or more. So I got 9. You get 1, you lose by 8, I think. So it's leadership -8.
Take it. I can't use his leadership.
You can,
Okay.
but it's still -8. Yeah. So that's a fail. So that's a flee.
Yeah.
Now, which units are within 6 inches of him?
They're just in,
Just in.
and they obviously are.
Okay. So they will. Both units will need a panic test. The one unit behind will need a panic test.
That passes
They
on the
passes, yeah, and then the general's unit will need a panic test,
Yeah, they
which
pass.
also passes. So I am going to pursue. So you roll 2d6 to fall back, and you fall back 7 inches. You're less than half strength, so it is a fall back rather than a fall back in good order. It's a flee, sorry, rather than fall back in good order. And I pursue into the these guys. The other trolls count as charging next turn. Looks like a 2-inch charge, so +2 on my initiative rather than +3. And that wound goes there. And I think that's it over here. Is that it over here?
I think so.
I think that's how this one plays out. Obviously, I'm going to get charged in the flank next turn by Wolf Riders. But we'll see that. Okay, so... Right. Now it's the Giant. Now, you said the Giant's initiative 1, did you? Or was it initiative 2?
So the trolls were initiative 1. The giant is in the wrong place in the book.
So they are initiative 2, so all of my stuff is going first. But the right order is the Gunners first, because they charged. Hang on. I should have taken a terror test before charging them. But I'm a regimental unit. Does that make me immune to psychology? Hang on, 1 minute. No, it doesn't do that. So let me see if I pass my terror test before charging. I did. Okay, good. That makes this nice and easy. Right, I'm weapon skill less than you. Or, actually, what is your weapon skill?
Weapon skill 3.
3. Okay, so I'm hitting you on 4s. 1 hit, and wound you on a 6. No. Right, now it's probably the wizard. Right, all of my other guys are simultaneous, so we'll resolve the wizard first, then the halberdiers. I'm going to attempt to cast Spectral Doppelganger, which is an assailant spell, casts on a 9. It's an 8 plus 1 for my wizard level is 9. Do you have anyone close enough to dispel it? Maybe him?
He's got range of 18. Oh no, he's got 24. So yes.
Okay, so beat a 9. Can this wizard go for a duck the entire game? No. So
Get his wizard level.
yes.
So that's a 10.
10. Yes. I hate you. Right, so Spectral Doppelganger doesn't happen. 1 swing with his sword, which misses. Okay, splendid. 10 attacks with halberds. So 10 attacks, weapon skill 3, hitting on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's some good hitting. His toughness is 6. My strength with the halberds is 4, so I need 6s. Preferably 2 of them. That's 2 6s. At AP -1.
So that goes straight through because he's got light armour.
That goes straight through because he's got light armour. That does him the 2 damage. How does Timber work?
Don't know, it's not in the book.
Okay, so we dice off to see which way it falls when it dies. 2, you win. Which arc is it going to fall through? Forward, sideways, or backwards?
I think he's going to fall sideways.
Okay, and was it every unit in the arc or 1 unit?
Any units that are within the chosen arc and in base contact with the model.
Okay, so both units because I'm in corner if your arc is the corner there,
Yeah.
that this model is in base to base with it and in the arc at the side, so it hits both units.
Okay. With each unit suffers D6 hits.
Right, handguns.
3.
3 hits. Strength 6 was it?
Yeah, it's the model's strength.
Okay, 2s.
3.
Kills 3. 3 of those died. And then D6 hits onto the other unit for 4. So, killing on 2. Is your Plague of Rust still in effect? You haven't had another casting phase since you did it, have you?
No.
So it must still be in effect.
So that's strength 6.
So it's 2s again. So it is 4. We need to just check if Plague of Rust is until the end of my turn or until your next casting phase.
Until my next start of turn subphase.
Your next start... Right, okay. So that just kills 4 outright. Okay, so I get to... He dies. Yep. I get to reform. And my state troops have reformed, pulling out the dead ones from underneath the giant. And that's the end of my turn 4. I now get bracing myself for the counterpunch, because somewhere there are fanatics, there are skulkers, there's cavalry, there's a general with a big one-hitty whoppy stick thing. Okay, so it's goblins, turn 4. So at the end of the strategy phase, fanatics have been released from these 2 units, and they will move in the compulsory movement phase. Rallying Cry was used to rally the troll. The troll has rallied, can act normally, but cannot charge this turn. Then in the conjuration step, did Plague of Rust go off? No. Plague of Rust didn't go off, but Evil Sunshining did, and as did Glittering Robes. I failed with all my dispel attempts and everything. I've definitely been out-wizarded by the green ones. It's probably just because their magic makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Indeed. It makes no sense, James. No sense at all. You can't dispel something that's nonsensical.
The bad moon is on the rise.
Well, quite.
Is that a different game?
That's... Yeah, a little bit column A, a little bit column B. Charges. Are there charges to declare? I know you're umming and ahhing with what to do with these guys, whether or not to... not bother going into them. I don't know what else you do with them though. Maybe run them through here and then start to go after these next turn. Yeah, if you stay out of my front arc, I can't charge you with these.
I don't have any charges to declare.
Not a 1?
Not a 1. Okay,
compulsory move then. Pick a fanatic and roll 2 dice.
Fungus the Loon.
Fungus the Loon?
Yeah, that's his name. He's the star player for Blood Bowl.
He moves 10 inches in the direction of your choosing.
I suspect the direction of my tuning is going to be this way.
Okay, so we now need a tape measure to measure the 10 inches. Oh! Does he go through the unit once he connects with it?
That requires some reading to be done.
Okay, let us read. So, he hits this unit and passes through it, doing D6 hits. Strength 5. Killing on 2s. Kills 3 of them. And that's 25% casualty, so I will take a panic test, which I pass. I wasn't expecting that. Next guy. 7 inches. Ends up here. Next guy. 10 inches. Ends up here like a corridor of move blocking. 7.
And I kind of want him to go this kind of way because he moves randomly after this.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too close to. Yeah, that could definitely blow back in your face.
Yeah.
Right. Remaining moves. I can't shoot these either. The only way I can take them off as casualties is if they hit something solid or you roll a double and they choke themselves. Yeah. Right. Remaining moves. So at the end of the movement phase, these have shuffled sideways to try and get into the lee of that building again. There's a march from the Night Goblin archers to get position for next turn. These guys have stayed put to do some volley firing. Then over here, did you want to move those archers back? You mentioned moving them back, or are you keeping them put to protect the flank of those guys?
No.
Yeah. So these guys have passed their enemy side check and marched and wheeled backwards to get position for next turn, depending on where these things all end up. And the cavalry are pouring through here, presumably looking at soft targets next turn, depending on where those guys end up. So, we are indeed on to shooting. Do you know where you want to start the shooting?
Start with a simple one. These 5 into those guys.
Okay, just so you know, that unit is going to panic because it's got a General of the Empire in it.
That's fine.
But you could all... I know you talked about destroying those with shooting. Do you want to fire them first? And if there's only 1 or 2 flight units left, you might be able to kill them with them here. Just a thought.
Yep, that's a good thought.
Just a thought.
Go on then, we'll do that. These guys into there.
Okay. Okay, volley firing over here is 11 shots. You're going to hit on 4s. There's no penalties to this.
Oh, he hasn't got a bow either. So
that's 10 shots. Going to hit on 4s.
Oh dear.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, still within statistical significance. 2 standard deviations of the mean. Killing on 4s they were. Sorry, wounding on 4. Strength 3, toughness 3. Ward save of 6s. No, 2 die. And then the Wolf Rider's also firing into here. -1 for range to try and kill some more. So hitting on 5s. Nothing. Any other shoots? There are some more shoots, aren't there?
There are some more shoots, but they can now move after their shot.
Yes, of course, they have their reserve moves. They can do a full move to get out of... Well, they can do their move. Both these units having reserve moves and spilling through that gap. Now a hole has been made. Very sneaky. They just wait for the door to be open and they are snaking their way out, coming after these crossbow units and potentially on into the artillery line in subsequent turns.
Yeah, that was definitely the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for that.
Yeah, of course it was.
Right.
Right. More shooting. Now these goblins volley firing their short bows into this unit of handgunners, hitting on 5s. 9 shots. 1, 2, 3.
Did I get that spell off?
Yes, you did.
But I think they're more than 7 inches away. Yes, they are. So I can't re-roll the ones.
Okay, strength 3, toughness 3, killing on 4s. 1 dead. Now the bolt thrower hitting the halberdiers on a 5. Hits. A strength 5 hit and a strength 4 hit. Strength 5 hit, wounds. Strength 4 hit, wounds. Kills 2. Not quite enough to force a panic test, so that is the end of the shooting. Combat. What combats do we have to resolve? The demigriffs. Okay, they are going on initiative 6, so and they count as charging, so they go first. 4 attacks with the knights, hitting on 3s. Strength 6, wounding on 2s. So 2 at AP -2, so 2 regen saves.
Nope.
You have a terrible luck with their regen.
Yep.
You really have. And then the demigriffs, hitting on 3s. Ooh. Wounding on 3s. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at -2.
There's 5 wounds left. No. 4 wounds left to get through. Regen saves.
So,
yep.
That wipes them out. Okay, so I will take a leadership test of restrain and reform, which I pass. Break test for units that are within 6 inches. So the troll behind them definitely.
Nope.
He's within.
Oh, he can use his
yeah,
leadership,
you can.
so
He's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how close they were to that guy.
Yeah, they would have been within 6.
Also fine. How about these? Are these close enough?
Just, yes. Make them look at their leadership now, aren't you? Let's roll the dice. Yeah, that's a fail.
That's definitely a fail. Okay, so they're going to flee directly away from there. So they're going to flee this way.
Yeah.
Which means they're going to flee through those guys.
They're above half strength.
So they're going to fall back in good order in this direction. You can add Swift Stride to it if you wish or not. You don't have to, but you need to decide before you go to how far away you want them to move.
Will I pass through that unit?
Yes.
In that case, I'll add Swiss Stride to it.
Okay. So you roll it separate still.
All right.
So 2 dice. Pick the highest is 2. So actually, you're not going to pass.
4.
So you're going to end up pivoting away from them. Then moving 2, which is going to take. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's going to take them to here. Which, without the Swift Stride, they wouldn't have gone through them. But now they are going through them. They'll end up here, and they have to take a panic test.
Right.
Yeah, and even though it's falling back in good order, it just still counts as a flee move and being fled through. So they also have to take a test, but they pass. But because they fall back in good order, they get to rally. Mm-hmm. So you can reform them to face any direction you want. You don't have to face them over there. They can be facing that way.
Yeah, they won't be facing the crossbows.
Yeah. That's in fact, that's done you some good. Right. Well, I'll reform these guys then, and I'll point them that way. I really should come back after these, but that can be someone else's problem. This guy who can't get into a fight to save his life, maybe he can fly back over here to then miss them the following turn. Maybe that can happen. Speaking of the following turn, Empire turn 5. Okay, so spellcasting. We have a predictable result. We have Earthen Ramparts cast on them and Glistering Robe not cast on them. I don't know what... What is the point of you? I mean, really. Right, we're now into charges, declaration thereof. The Demigryphs are charging against those goblins. The Flagellants are charging against these archers. And the wizard on the big bird are charging these goblin archers. And I believe you're standing and shooting. And you need to pass a terror test, but hoping to stand and shoot.
Yeah. They pass.
You pass the terror test, so they will stand and shoot. Okay. Charge distance is 15 plus Swift Stride, 20. I'm in. Okay, so 1 wound caused from standing and shooting. The Griffin has a Griffonic hide, which counts as heavy armour. Save for 5+. No, Griffin takes a wound. 1 flagellant killed to standing and shooting. Then the Demigryphs, they're keen. 13 plus Swift Stride for, they're in. They're in. And the Demigryphs end up here. That's going to be interesting because that's got the general and probably some nasty skulkers and, stuff and ranks and numbers. I'm very keen to see how this one plays out. But before then, we have the compulsory movement phase. So pick a fanatic. Okay, where's he going? 4 inches that way. Getting perilously close to that scenery, which will kill him if he clips it. Then we have the next one. Do you follow the arrow or do you get to pick?
I think I follow the arrow.
That seems to make sense. If you follow the arrow, the angle of that arrow is going to put you into the wall and you're going to go splat. Which is just as well because a slightly different angle would wipe out your unit. So he hits the wall and dies. Next one. Take your pick.
This one.
Okay.
4 inches.
Uh-oh. I mean, I knew it was a risk putting the Griffin over there. But it's also a laugh. Come on, where's this one going? Okay, so he passes through the... So what... Okay, so he's definitely hitting the Griffin. What happens when he hits the Fanatic first? Because he's going to hit the Fanatic first, isn't he?
I'm going to go with, he just clips him.
Okay, let's check what happens in that scenario. And our read of it is it just passes through the Fanatic. The only way you can take a Fanatic off is if it strangles itself or smacks into terrain, and it's just another unit that it's passed through, but it can't take damage because it doesn't have wounds. So it's gone through, ignored him. They've sort of done a sort of swingy ballet and...
synchronised swing.
Well, quite. And you've smashed into the Griffin for D6 hits. For 6. It is not your day.
Strength 5.
Strength 5, toughness 5.
Pause.
Yep. 3. At -2, was it?
-3.
-3, okay. It takes 3 wounds off him. Ow! That really stung! Yeah, well, that's what you get.
Indeed.
Yes. Right. Remaining moves. So these state troopers staying put. They're going to get some good shots into these wolf riders. Then the swordsman turning and wheeling for position to charge them next turn. No other moves going on. These guys are staying put. We're just going to be doing some shooting. Lots of shooting. Speaking of which, prime those fuses. So first off, rocket battery over here. We have the centre of the unit there. That's 10-inch scatter that way, minus my ballistic skill of 3, which makes it a 7-inch scatter. So that's 4 definite, 4 partial on that unit. That's a misfire. And that's a scatter 8 minus 3 inches that way. So that's 5-inch scatter in that direction. So that's 1 partial on this unit, which hits. Needs a 5. Kills 1 in that unit. Then 4 hits, 4 partials over here. The 4 partials become 3 hits.
One of those partials is on the wizard. Does that matter?
Yes. Oh, we should have rolled that separately, but that can be the one that missed. And one of them is going to die on a 2. One dies because strength 6, AP -3. The others are wounded on 5s. So 4 from that unit. Yeah, 4.
Dead.
And now they roll on the black powder misfire table. A 3, malfunction. We killed a crew member and it's fallen over again. Go home, rocket battery, you're drunk. Now, I've just realised I was saying all of the damage there wrong because it was the rocket battery, not the mortar. But it was wounding on 3s, and I know it was a 3 to wound. And it's -1, and they've only got light armour, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I think we're all right.
Yeah.
Right. Mortar. I mean, this feels foolhardy, but hey. We'll try and get the bolt thrower with the mortar. It's a misfire. That was a dud. It didn't go off, so I can't fire this turn. There, we'll try the other mortar. Also a misfire. A lot of duds. That one, that's the same. Missed dud. I think that's the same. Yeah, malfunction. Oh no, malfunction. Kills a guy and falls over. The mortar's drunk too. Maybe it's just sort of bounced up and down when it blew up. Right, now handgunners. I'm going to shoot these 4 at... Oh no, they'll get light cover because one of them's behind that wall. Alright, we'll try and do something to this unit instead. Right, this unit of 4 will fire at those. -2 to hit because of the glittering-y doodah. So 6s. 1, killing on a 3. I say killing, it's AP -1. So I think that's killing.
Yep.
And then 5 shots from this unit, also hitting on 6s. Actually, no, I may as well fire at them. Because whilst they're difficult to see because of the glimmering scales, they're difficult to see because they're behind a wall. They're the same numbers to shoot at. I'm going to go for this unit. But then again, if I kill 1 more in that unit, it's a panic test. If I kill 1 in that unit, it's a panic test. Try and make them panic. 1, winning on a 3. Yes, at AP -1. So that's 2 dead in total, which takes it to 3 this phase, which is more than 25%. So 2 dead and panic test required. Leadership 5 for the panic test.
Nope.
No. And 2 of them are dead, which means they're below.
They're now at half strength.
No, because one died earlier on. You didn't take. Did you take off the one that killed from that unit and that unit? Because I killed 2 this shooting phase, and there was one from the mortar earlier, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So that's
below half strength.
But now below half strength, so it is a flea. So that was the unit that fired directly away from that unit. 10 inches.
Any casualties of that unit?
I don't know. Hang on. Yeah, I think you did. Right. Last bit of shooting. Crossbows into the wolves. 10 shots. This one at the side has just got the angle to shoot with that one at the back. One is going to hit on a 3 for the champ. The others will hit on 4s because this is all super close. Or not hit on not 4s. Strength 4, toughness 3. 1 wound. No AP.
No AP. They've got light armour and shields, so 5.
Yep. 1 dead rider. That's, a thing. Gonna get eaten by wolves. Okay, so we're going to resolve this combat first. The first thing is a fear test that you need to make, because I am a terror-causing creature, which you fail, so you're -1 to hit me.
Okay.
Right, the highest initiative is the Imperial Griffin on initiative 7 on the charge. Right, because it's got 2 heads, it gets an extra attack, but I have to make 2 serrated more attacks. And I'm going to have one of them into that shaman who's in base to base, and the rest into the unit. I sort of think one head's going to peck down at that, and one head's going to peck over there. Yeah. That's kind of what I see.
The one that's attacking the shaman is at -1 to hit because of the collar of Zorpa.
Oh, does it affect the whole unit?
Yes. Well, the one that's attacking the shaman.
But no, does it? I seem to remember when we read it, it affects attacks directed at the wearer's unit.
Yeah, the wearer of the wearer and or their unit. Yeah.
Okay, so the Griffin is at -1 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, so the head pecking at the shaman is going to hit on a 4 rather than a 3, which hits the serrated beak. The serrated maw is strength 6, armor bane 3, multiple wounds 2. So I think that's going to kill him on a 2.
Yeah.
So that kills the shaman.
Yeah.
Then another will kill a goblin on a 2. Well, that's not a 2. Then we have... Oh, I didn't roll to hit with that one, which missed. So, yeah, no harm, no foul. So then I have 3 attacks that are against the goblins, which are weapon skill 2, so I would hit them on 2s, but -1 for the collar. This is all happening at the same time. So I'm hitting those on 3s. The collar's just saved you 2 dead goblins, killing on a 2. Okay, so that's the shaman and a goblin dead from the Imperial Griffin. Now the wizard has 2 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds, no AP.
Light armor. Nope. 2 dead.
So the wizard killed 2. 9 attacks back, hitting on 5s. Whoa, that's some good hitting. And he got 3 wounds. Strength 3, toughness 5. So 6 to wound. No. Now stomp attacks, D3 +1 for 3. These are thunder stomps, so they're AP -2, strength 6, 2s to kill, 3 more. So the wizard did 8 wounds and none in return. We don't think there are any bonuses. No close order because the unit strength's not high enough. You're not outnumbering me because the unit strength's not high enough. No banner, no ranks. So it's a loss by 8. Mm. You need snake eyes to avoid for anything, and so you're going to flee. I am going to pursue with swift stride. 12 inches. So that might panic the... I don't know if that's going to end up panicking the bolt thrower. So that's 12 inches. And I'm going to pursue 6, 12. So I am going to catch you. Then running down the fleeing goblins and reforming to look at the bolt thrower next turn. Hopefully not to get a bolt thrown in my face and killed before that point. Realised I forgot my assailment spell because I'm that used to him not doing any successful wizardry. Yeah, that's the thing. Right. Other combats. Let's do the flagellants. Okay, remember, of course, that the wound done from standing and shooting would have made a difference to the result, but not to the combat numbers, but not the end up result. Because you just remembered, of course, that the casualty that was done from standing and shooting here will count to the combat resolution. So first we have the Skulker with strikes first. 2 attacks hitting on 3s because his weapon skill's higher. Strength is 4? 3. Okay, wounding on a 4.
Yep. AP something.
Saving on a... AP's irrelevant. It's a feel no pain, which I fail. So that kills a guy who can then not attack back.
Sorry, it wasn't AP, it's Armor Vein 2.
I have no armour.
Yeah.
I have no armour. So I lost a guy, so that's 1 fewer attacks. No, it's 2 fewer attacks because Furious Charge is a thing. So that's the Doom guy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm fighting at the unit, which is weapon skill 2. So I am hitting on 3s with no need to reroll for hatred. Strength 5, AP minus 2. Nine dead, I think. So attacks back. The big boss with his 4 attacks. Weapon skill 4, hitting on 3s. Strength of 4, so wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. Feel no pain of 6+. 2 of them die. It's not a regeneration save, it's a ward save, so that doesn't count to combat resolution. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks from the remaining guys, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. Ward saves of 6+. No, kills 2 more. So similarly, this just comes down to numbers killed. 6 flagellants dead, 9 goblins dead. No bonuses for anything else that we can see. So it's -3 for the goblins.
So their natural leadership is 6.
Is 6. So that's 4 back in good order. Falling back 4 inches, and I'm going to pursue 6 inches to reconnect with them for next turn and counter charging. So now we come over here. 2 sneaky skulkers appear, and they are first at initiative 10 with 2 attacks each.
Yep.
Weapon skill 4, so hitting on 4s.
Yep. Does it matter? We've got 1 here and 1 here.
Doesn't matter. To the unit, there's no characters in there, unless you want to wish for a challenge.
No. Weapon skill 4.
4. None.
None.
Oh, man. Okay. My lances.
Hang on. Wallopers 1-hit wonder.
Does it have strikes first?
It has. It strikes.
Yes, strikes first.
Yeah, strike first.
Okay, so Wallopers 1-hit wonder strikes first. So does he just get the 1 attack, or does he just get to use it once?
Once per game, during the first round of combat, the wielder can use this weapon with this profile.
Whoa, okay, so they get all their attacks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, this is going to smart. 4 attacks at weapon skill 5, so you're going to hit on 3s.
Everything.
Everything hits. Strength.
10.
Wounding on 2s. 3. AP.
-3.
Okay, so my 2+ save becomes a 5+ save for these 3. Three. Just 2 wounds on that. And puts a wound on that guy. That kills him before he gets a chance to strike. Okay, so now at initiative 7, it's the lances. The unit's weapon skill is 2, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't matter actually because I'm not weapon skill 5. So that's 1 hit, killing on a 2. When I say killing, it's AP -2, so I assume that's killing. So that's 1 dead. Should have asked you to make a fear test. I'll do it. Make a fear test now. And then we'll see. We'll apply that to the rest of them. Okay, so that's fail. So the goblins will be at -1 to hit. The 6 attacks from the demigriffs, hitting on 3s. Strength 5, wounding on 2s, AP -2, so that's 4 more dead. So 15 attacks, but hitting on 5s. Strength?
3.
Does the spear not give them anything if the first rounder gets them being charged?
I don't know.
Let's check that. No, it's initiative that gets the bonus, so that doesn't make it come into it. So it's strength 3, this is toughness 4, so wounding on 5s. 2, no AP.
Correct.
2+. 1 wound gets through. Takes another wound off that guy. So, do I have stomp or anything like that? Okay, no, I don't have impact stomps or anything like that. I do have first charge, but this isn't my first charge of the game, so that doesn't come into effect. So, adding up my stuff. I killed 5. I've got a standard. Got the war banner. So I've got a total of 7. You've done 4 wounds to me. You've got a banner. You're close order with a strength of more than 10. You've got 2 ranks. You would be able to claim a 3rd because you're a horde, but you only have the 2. And you outnumber me. You've won this. I get a total of 7. You get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one-hit walloper has walloped a demigriff to death. So I've lost by 2. That's a fallback in good order, which I am going to use Swift Stride for. So fallback in good order is 5 plus Swift Stride, 7 inches. I will fall back in good order. Are you pursuing me?
Yeah.
So we've just realised there should have been warband bonuses to leadership all over the shop. Whoops! Yeah. Although probably lots of you have already typed that. We've noticed it at the end. The follow-up caught the griffin, so you will count as charging next turn. Speaking of next turn, your turn 5. The end of the strategy phase. The troll is not stupid. It's bad news for you. The night goblins did not rally and fled off the table. And no spells were cast because it's a shooting spell and there's no point in trying to make his own head explode. So no casty spelly there. So now it is the movement phase and declare charges. I am psychically going to guess that the troll is going to charge into the demigriffs.
Yep.
I have no option but to hold.
The wolf riders at the front with the spears are going to charge into the crossbows.
Okay. Are the other unit going to as well?
No.
Okay. I'm going to stand and shoot. Well, actually, I don't have to decide. You do all your declares, then I do all my responses. Are they all the declares?
That's it.
Right, my responses. Hold because I have to. Stand and shoot because it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Right. Troll makes it in over here. Then 2 of them are out of angle for shooting. So the rest, -1 for stand and shoot. The champion hits on that. The rest hit on 5s. That's 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness.
4, 3.
Doesn't matter. 2, no AP.
5s. Make one fail one.
Make one fail. So 1 dice. This will count to combat resolution. Okay, and with Swift Stride, 2d6. And then Swift Stride on top of it is an absolute boatload of distance. So you get to maximise connectionness and then close the door. And they end up here. Right then. So, compulsory moves. Right. Do you want to get the dice ready? And the tape measure. Oh, yes, we need that as well. This guy.
Fungus.
He goes that way. Smacks into the terrain.
Yeah.
Dies. This chap. I was going to say straight into the wizard.
Not quite.
Oh. And this guy. Like a wizard magnet. No, the wizard's like a fanatic magnet. I think I might have to fly a very long way away from them next turn. Oh dear, right, remaining moves. So these Wolf Riders have turned to presumably shoot, bait me into a charge, then fire and flee. Or possibly reserve move back, I don't know. But that's what's going on there. These guys have marched backwards to try and get as far away from the guns as possible. And the bolt thrower has pivoted on the spot to shoot at the wizard. I don't know if it's D3 multiple wounds or 2 multiple wounds for the crossbow. I'm hoping it can't kill the wizard in one go. We shall see. So that is all the moving. We are heading into the end phase. So where are we starting with the shooting?
We'll start with the bolt thrower.
Okay. Hitting on a 4.
Nope.
No.
5 shots from the short bows into the
swordsman. Yep. Hitting on the 4s. 1. Wounding on a 3. 4 even.
Yep.
Save for 5. Nope. You skewer a guy. How rude. So then the archers moving forward, probably move blocking me from charging the side of the speary ones. They're sneaky goblins. They're sneaky indeed. So that's all the shooting. So we're on to fighting. Where are we going to start? We're going to start here. Okay. Well, I count as charging, but your sneaky skulker is first with his 2 stabby stab attacks.
1 hit.
Winning on a 3.
Wounds. No armor being.
Save of ward. Nope. Killed a guy. Alright, I count as charging because I ran you down. So my 5 attacks hitting on 3s with hate you. Strength 5, killing on 2s. 4. So that's the unit, apart from the big boss.
Yep, so it's just a big boss and a sneaky skulker left.
Yeah.
So the big boss gets 3 attacks, 4 attacks.
4 attacks, 2 weapons. You should kill him here. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Oh, snake eyes. Okay, you lose by 3.
But I passed my leadership.
You pass. Okay, so you give ground. And I follow up the 2 inches, but I don't count as charging next turn, which is important for hatred and flails. So I've been charged in the flank. That's plus 4 initiative for charging me in the flank, which takes the troll up to initiative 5. Your sneaky skulker is initiative 10. Your big boss is initiative 8 on the charge, and everyone else is initiative 5. So I'm going dead last.
Start with the sneaky skulker.
Oh, fear test. But no, hang on. You don't outnumber. I got this wrong last turn. I have to outnumber you for you to need to take a fear test. So you didn't need to take it. So you don't need to take it now.
Cool.
Okay, that's probably already been typed to the comments as well. Okay, right. Sneaky skulker. Hang on. The sneaky skulker, that one isn't in base-to-base contact, so you can have a maximum of 1 attack.
Yeah.
But you've missed a bunch, so we'll call that a wash.
Yeah. So we're keeping that one?
Yeah.
That's not a wound.
Strength, but no, it is not.
We'll do
Okay, now it's the war boss.
War boss gets 4 attacks, and it's just a hand weapon now.
Okay, so it's initiative weapon skill
5.
So hitting on 3s. This is where I get the thing about goblins leading orcs. If a goblin's hard enough to take out the nastiest orc, then he can boss the orcs around. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah. Strength 4.
Toughness 4.
1. No armor bane because just hand weapon.
2+. Will my plate hold? No. That kills this guy.
Then we'll do the troll.
The troll I'm not quite sure how this works. The troll's no longer in base-to-base contact. I need to check that. There's a section on awkward occurrences. Short version, he moves up under the shrinking units rule. Okay, so it's 3 attacks, is it?
Yep. Weapon skill 3.
4 to hit them. Okay, with great weapons.
They're not great weapons, it's just hand weapons.
With hand weapons.
Strength 4.
So 1, no AP.
No AP.
See, that's why I say you can get away with calling those, say just calling out what the unit's got, because I could have sworn they were great weapons. 2+ save? No. Another 1. 2 wounds remaining. 2+ saves can desert you.
Yep.
Then it's the rest of the unit. Now, because you charged, you're only going to get to fight with the front rank.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 models, but one of them's a boss, so he gets an extra attack.
Okay, so 5 attacks.
I'll find that in a minute. Weapon skill 2.
So hitting on 4s. 4s, yeah. Wounding on a 5. Yep, save for 2. Come on, 1s. Ooh, 2+.
Troll vomit.
What initiative's that troll vomit at? I think it's the end of the phase, is it?
Yes, this attack must be made last after all other attacks have been made, including stomp attacks.
Okay, right. So the Demigriff is going to attack the troll, and the rider is going to attack the goblins. The rider's going to hit the goblins on 3s. And what's his strength? It is naturally 4, so 3s to wound. He's using his hand weapon, of course. So 2 saves.
Against these guys?
Yeah.
So 5s. Wait, 1 fail.
So, pass 1, fail 1, as you say. And then the Demigriff is going to attack the troll, hitting on 3s. You suck, Demigriff. He's got 1 wound. You suck. Okay, I miss. So he gets to vomit on me.
Yeah, so it's 1 attack that automatically hits at strength 3.
4 or 5s to wound. Yep.
AP 2.
Wounding on a saving on a 4. Nope. Good grief. Okay, so I killed 1.
Yeah.
You did 4 wounds to me. You've attacked me in the flank. You've got a banner for 6. Your close order for 7. You've got 2 ranks for 9. You outnumber me for 10. So I lose by 9. So I fall back in good order. Away from the unit with the highest unit strength, which is that one. So I spin on the spot 2 inches, fall back 2 inches, and rally. You could pursue with either unit, but I think you'll struggle with... I think the troll is probably the best one of chance of actually catching me. I'm not quite sure how this works now, the pursuage. They can both declare a pursue.
Yeah, we'll pursue with the troll.
Okay, and restrain and reform with the others.
Yeah.
Right, you take a leadership test to restrain and reform, but you get to add your rank bonus to it, which we've remembered finally.
Which still isn't enough.
That is not enough. So the troll is going to pursue. Roll for the troll pursuing. The troll moves 2 inches towards me. And then how far does the other unit pursue? 8 inches. We can either spend the next 40 minutes reading the book, or we can put the goblins in base-to-base contact and nudge the troll back a bit.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's do that. It's getting late. If you do know how we should have resolved that, feel free to drop a page reference for us into the description and see how right we did or didn't get that.
It's the old world. It won't be a page reference. It'll be like 6.
This is true. This is true. Right, Wolf Riders. So on reviewing their stat line, we realised they're impetuous, so should have been charging the entire time. Or rolling to not charge the entire time. But that's okay. We spotted it now. Right, both the Riders and the Wolves going at initiative 6 because I'm on the charge. The Goblins have 6 attacks because of the champion. Weapon skill? 2. I don't know my weapon skill, actually. It's 3. So you're hitting me on 4s. 3. Cavalry Spears, so you're +1 strength, so you're going to wound me on 3s. 2. I have no armour, so that's 2 dead. Then 5 attacks with the Wolves.
Weapon skill 3.
So hitting on 4s.
Strength 3.
So killing on a 4, in fact. No. Okay, so my attacks back at initiative 3. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He will be out of range because of the move thing. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hang on. So it's all bar 4. Those 2 can't attack. These 2 are dead. So that's 16 attacks. Seems like a lot. Am I doing that right? I don't know if I'm doing that right. They're an infantry unit, so the ones behind count as being in base to base. These count as being in the front. These ones in the front rank count as being. They're in the fighting rank. They count as being in base to base as well. They count as being in the fighting rank as well, I should say. These are further out than their move. These 2 died. What I'm not sure about is if they can attack because they count as having stepped up. Maybe they don't. I'll take those 2 out. Okay, hitting on 3s because my weapon score's higher than yours. What's the weapon score of the Wolves?
3.
Right, you go with the highest weapon skill, I believe, so it's 4s I'm going to need. Right, 9. Strength 3, toughness 3.
Yep.
Winning on 4s for 2. 2 saves of 5+. Oh, the armour takes them both. Okay, so you killed 2. You've got banner for 3. You're open order, so there's no bonus for that. You get a total of 3, I think. I didn't kill anyone, but I've got a standard. I'm close order with more than 10 models. I've got a rank. And I outnumber you. I got a total of 4. You lost by 1.
Even though you didn't kill anything and I did.
Yeah, my press of bodies and all the flailing of swords at you is so disconcerting that you feel like running.
Fair enough.
You killed 2 and a standard for 3. You haven't got a rank bonus. You're not close order. You don't outnumber me. You haven't got any additional ranks. This is why these come in boxes of like shed loads, because the ranks make a big difference, even on the calves. I have press of bodies. Because I can't remember what the rule's called. I outnumber you. I am close order. I have a rank bonus and a standard. Yeah, I get 4. You do lose by 1.
Yep. Leadership 6.
I'm going to pursue. You can swift stride away, but they're going to need to take a break test. A panic test, I should say.
4.
Which they pass. And then the fact that you flee through them is going to make little difference. So, are you going to swift stride as you flee?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the flee roll and the swift stride. Oh.
So you go 15 inches that way through your guys, and you probably end up about there. I said I was going to pursue, which I think in hindsight it's a stupid idea because I'm just going to end up charging these guys. However, I said I was going to pursue, so I do contact that unit. Of course, they only fell back in good order because they're above half strength. We spotted that. Or is it to do with being outnumbered? Hang on, 1 minute. So, no, it's based on unit strength, so it's definitely a flee, and they've ended up here. And we just realised, of course, that when the demigriffs fell back earlier, they should have fled rather than falling back in good order. The rules are gradually getting in there, spotting the things that we're getting wrong during the same day, but not necessarily at the right time. Playing all of the right notes, but not necessarily in the right order. So that's the end of Orc and Goblin turn 5. So that makes it Empire turn 6, the final turn of the game. Right. Things. Okay, so in my strategy phase, he's not going to attempt to cast Glittering Robes again, because he'll only make his own head explode and blow up all the units near him. And to be honest, he's going to give up wizardry and go and work on a farm. So, charges. Now, I believe I'm right in saying that I can charge here because you can wheel through your own units as long as you don't finish alongside of them. So, charges to declare. I've got the state troops against the Wolf Riders, and then the wizard against the bolt thrower. The bolt thrower is probably cumbersome and can't stand and shoot. We need to check. Right, so I was saying I've been remembering things too late. So you can't stand and shoot if your opponent is within their movement distance. So we've had a couple of stand and shoots. I couldn't have stand and shot there against those guys. You couldn't have stand and shot there. Yeah. There's been a lot of standing and shooting that we couldn't have done. But that can't stand and shoot because it's cumbersome. So they're charging, fast charging I should say, that makes it in. Actually, terror test to see if you make a flee reaction.
They fail.
They fail.
They flee.
And if you fall, do you fall back in good order or do you flee? Oh, I need the book again. We'll come back to that in a minute. You rolled a 9. You rolled an 8. These guys are going to charge here. 6 and 4. Wheelie wheelie. Hit. Okay. Think I've got it. Right. So you make War Machines a -1 to every flee roll they make. The we're not paid to fight rule is only about when you break from combat. You do, however, suffer -1 to flee. You're above half strength because it's wounds. It's not taking any damage. So 5 was the highest you rolled. -1 is 4. So you've got to spin and move 4 away, and you've got to start skirting around this building to flee. So effectively, that's going to move you to about there, I reckon. If you know different, tell me a page reference. So you end up here after the flee. And I'm, totally in. Zoop. Did we do the compulsory movement? No, but we aren't at compulsory movement yet. So now it's his time. God, if only I hadn't said that. Now it's his time to do the compulsory movement because we've just finished charges. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, he's going that way. 8 inches will probably hit the building.
Hits the building and dies.
Yeah.
Next guy, he could still do it. He needs to roll high.
He's going
that way.
10 inches.
10 inches.
Which will probably collide with that wall.
I don't think he will. I think he'll go there.
No, looking at the angle of the... Yeah, he's going to clip the wall.
Okay. I really don't think he is, but I think on a straight line. In fact, okay, after tape measure and discussion, he's hit the wall and he's dead. Right, remaining moves. Remaining moves. This still could go an interesting number of ways because you're going to kill that demigriff and then pursue into the flank of that unit. So the order of combat's going to be interesting here. And because it's my turn, I decide the order, I think. Because if you charge into that unit and it hasn't fought yet, you'll get to fight again. Right. Yeah, anyway, yes. Interesting. Right, and the regiment's moved up, so these handgunners can try and get some shots in on that Night Goblin unit after we try and drop a mortar on it. Shooting phase, so you get to stand back up, and you get to stand back up, never to be fired again this game. And it is mortaring time. Targeting this unit without line of sight. Moves 2 inches that way. That's some hits. Yeah, it's 2 definite and 2 partials, and the wizard is one of the partials. The wizard is hit on a 4+. The other guy is not hit. Your unit strength is too low to make a lookout sir save. So he's going to take a strength 2 hit, and 2 other guys are going to take a strength 2 hit. 2 other guys are fine. Wizard's wounded on a 5. Wizard is wounded. He probably has 3 or 4 wounds.
He probably does it as an old knob.
So I'll get a wound counter. He's probably got 2 left. That's my guess.
White Goblin Shaman, Obnob, 3 wounds.
3 wounds, so he has 2 left. Yeah. Okay, so no panic test to be taken there.
If they'd have had any sense, they'd have lowered that banner so they couldn't. Yeah, they'd have been properly hidden behind the wall. But some pilot left them.
I think these guys are shouting orders back. I think they're like spotters. You're gonna get how much cover? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna get light cover shooting from these guys. And I moved, and you're at long range, so I'm at -4. So I've got 5 shots. And I'm gonna need to roll 6s, then 4s. Nope. Missed. Cow, cow, cow. It's worth a try. Might have run off. There's a lot of points there. There's a lot of points there. That's all the shooting. It's on to combat. We're going to go here first. Right, my General of the Empire. Okay, General of the Empire first. Weapon skill 5, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. With his great weapon, he is... Oh, actually, there's not initiative 5, he's initiative 4. Because he's got a great weapon, so he's initiative 1 and then charged.
So I'm initiative 3.
Okay. Strength 6, wounding on 2s. 2 at AP -2.
They've only got light armor.
Okay, so that gets 2 of them. And then there's the champion and 3 others from the unit. Hitting on 4s. 2. Wounding on 4s. No. So initiative 3, we're now simultaneous with... So one guy died, and we're simultaneous with the shooty guys. So my shooty guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do end up with 10 because of how this one is lined up. Hitting on 4s. 5 hits, wounding on 4s. 3 wounds.
6s. 1.
So that kills 2.
Yep. All of them will get a chance to fight first.
Yep.
We'll do the riders first. The boss gets an extra attack.
Who are they going into?
Swordsman.
Okay.
It feels wrong for them to be going into the crossbow.
Yeah, it's fine.
So weapon skill 2. That's 4 hits. Strength 3.
Toughness 3.
4s. 2. No AP.
She saves with 4+ because shield and hand weapon. Both pass.
And then 4 wolf attacks. Weapon skill 3. So that's 1 hit. And strength 3. That's a wound. No AP.
4+. Yes, sword and board. So we take off your casualties. So the result, the Empire killed 3. Rank bonus of 3 from the swordsman. Banner, flank attack, outnumbered, close order. For a total of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to nothing in response. You snake eyes to stay still.
Nope.
No, so that's a flee because you're outnumbered heavily.
Yep.
You may swift stride.
And I'm less than half strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? So that's the flee.
I'm going.
6.
Sorry, I was going to say I was going to pursue with the swordsman.
So 9.
So you move back 9. I pursue 4. So ending up here, you count as charging here because you ran me down.
Yeah, it's Sneaky stabbers.
2 attacks each. Hitting on 4s. Strength was 4, was it?
Yes.
Wounding on 4s.
Armor vein 2. No, 1.
1. Okay.
No.
Save of 2+. Yes. Now the boss.
4 attacks.
Weapon skill 5. So they were all hits. Strength 4. So wounding on 4s. 2. 2 saves of 2+. Yep. Squeaky.
And then 1, 2. Do all of these get to fight?
No, they count as having charged, so they don't.
Just front rank?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing.
Hitting on 4s.
The weapon skill 2.
2, yeah, that's fine. Mine is only 4.
That's a wound.
That is a wound. Save of 2+. Right. Now the Preceptor misses twice. The Griffin. Drop dice don't count. Misses completely. He's obviously really not happy.
Yeah.
Right. So I've lost by a boatload. Well, you've got.
Neither of us did any.
No one killed anyone, but you are close order for 1. You outnumber me for 2. You've got 2 ranks for 3, 4. You've got a banner for 5. So I've lost by 5. The press of bodies is just, and that's not good. So that's a full-on flee. I won't use Swift Stride. 7. I'm going to go through. Both these units come out the other side, which is going to cause a panic test, but they're immune to panic because they're led by the general. That was going to be a thing. But these guys panic, but they pass. Excellent. There's nothing like seeing the giant noble knights on the massive war beast being run down by goblins for want pride. Were you going to... I should have asked you before I rolled. Were you going to pursue, or were you going to attempt to reform?
I'm going to attempt to reform.
Okay, so restrain.
Left.
Are you impetuous?
No.
Okay,
The Wolf Riders are, but I'll just...
Oh no, your warband can't be used to roll for restraint, so a 9 is a fail.
So I do still need to.
You do still need to, yeah. 7 inches. So you will end up connecting. Right, now this fight, they look awfully lonely there. Just in the middle of a desolate, burned town. Just 4 guys just slogging it out. Okay, the sneaky, the stabby guy. 2 attacks.
Oh, 2. So let me do that again. I was used to rolling 4 over there.
1 hit. Strength running on a 3? No. Now it's your boss.
He does get 4 attacks.
Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 saves of 6+. No, you kill the flagellants. You may attempt to overrun or restrain and reform.
Let's attempt to restrain and reform. So he's a leadership 6. Yeah.
Oh, that would be much funnier if he'd run off.
He's saying to Zoggo, come on, let's zog off and get a brew.
2 zogging, right.
Done our bit.
Right. Now over here. You do need to make a fear test, but we'll come to that in a minute if you're going to get any attacks back.
Yeah.
2 attacks with the beak, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Strength 6. We use the toughness of the crew in combat.
3.
Wounding on a 2. Just 2 wounds. At AP, a whole bunch.
I've got no armour.
Okay. Kills a crew.
Yeah.
Then my remaining attacks. 1 hit. Alright, you are going to get to hit me. Wounds. Kills another one.
There's only 3 crew.
But the 2 damage just kill the 1 crew that doesn't spill over. So there's 1 crew left still.
Yeah, so we need to take a leadership test.
No, yes, leadership test. Are you afraid of me?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so you -1 to hit me.
So the 1 crew crew will get 1 attack.
1 attack, yeah. Is hitting on a 6, because you were 5 to hit me anyway.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Then the stomps. Oh, I forgot the wizard. The wizard's going to cast his assailment spell and blow his head.
He is. Well, he's not going to blow his head off.
No, that's an ultimate cast. Yeah. I need to go and get the card. So there's no dispelling that. Flaming Sword, D6 plus 1 hits for 4. Strength 3, AP dash. They have the flaming attacks rule. Toughness is 3 of the crew, isn't it?
Yeah.
4s. Got the crew.
Yeah.
And I will restrain and reform. No, we're not going to restrain and reform. I'm going to overrun, apparently. 6 inches. Right, so it's Goblin's turn 6. Final turn of the game. First thing is stupidity. Is the troll stupid? No.
He's very intelligent.
Okay. Right, rallying cry. You can call out to one of your nearby units to try and rally them.
These guys.
Okay. They rally. Excellent. They're not going to be able to charge, but the difference that makes is I'm not going to get any points for them at the end of the game. They would count as dead. So they can rally. Then they can move off if you need them to. Then now these guys in the rally step, are they going to rally?
No.
No, they're going to keep running. 2d6. 7 inches. Not quite off the table. Right. Declare charges.
Done.
Compulsory moves.
Done.
Ironically, if the wolves had run off, you could have charged him with the troll, but he's kind of charge blocked him himself. Remaining moves.
These guys are going to head over and see what's in these barrels.
Righto.
They can just spin and then... Is that it?
Yeah, they're the 2 turns, cost them half the move, so they can move another 2 inches. Hooray! These guys staying put?
Yep.
Right, where are the wolves going?
They'll just stay there.
Okay.
They're not going to do anything.
Right, so we have 1 combat to resolve. Yeah. You count as having charged me.
Yeah.
So your sneaky skulker goes first. I'm going to...
Just that one, because he's out of range.
No, he's a character, so you move him. But are you issuing me a challenge?
No.
No, I'm going to issue you a challenge.
Right.
You can accept it with one of your characters, or I force one of your characters to the back of your unit.
Go on then. I'll accept it with... Can I accept it with a sneaky skulker?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. I'll accept it with that sneaky skulker.
Right, okay. So they're in a challenge.
Yeah.
So that sneaky skulker is going to attack my general at initiative 10. Hitting on 4s.
Nope.
Strength 4, toughness 4.
Nope.
No. Okay, the other sneaky skulker.
1 hit. I wanted that for the wound. Nope.
No wounds. Okay. Everyone else... He'll get both his attacks because he's in base to base. He's champion, isn't he?
Yes.
He's in the fighting rank, but not in base to base, so he'll only get 1 attack, and that's the same for these guys as well.
Okay. But he's got a different weapon skill, so we'll do him.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Wounding on a
That's
not
not
that.
a wound.
So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks from the rest of the goblins.
Weapon skill 2.
Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s.
2.
Saving on 4s. 1 pass, 1 fail. So I lose a guy. Right, so I get there would be 3 guys attacking back, and 4 guys attacking back, but 1 died, so there's only 3. Hitting you on 3s, 1. Wounding on a 4, no.
And then your general challenge my sneaky skulker.
Yeah, so I get 3 attacks in my Zweihander, hitting you on 3s. My strength 6.
Toughness 3.
Okay, 2 wounds, AP -2.
AP minus this, so he's got no up. He's got light armor, so it goes straight through.
So he's dead.
Yeah.
That's overkill. Is he 1 wound, I assume?
1 wound.
Okay, so it's overkill, so we'll get an extra wound for killing there. Now, I just need to check. I think you've charged me in the flank, so I think I am disrupted and I can't claim my rank bonus. Yeah, I'm disrupted because I've been charged in my flank with a unit with strength of 5 or more. I should not have pursued those wolf riders. I should have restrained and reformed. Lesson learned. You can see why he's only a general in Averland, can't you? So, I killed 2. I've got a standard. I am close order with 10 or more models. I have a unit strength of 22. What do you have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
20.
No, count the extra wounds that your general's got. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21.
He gets 3 wounds.
22, 23. So you outnumbered me by 1. So you're going to get the outnumber point. So I get a total of 4. You killed a guy. You've got a standard. You outnumber me. You're close order. And you got 2 ranks. So you get 4, 5, 6. I get 4, so I lose by 2. I'm good. I stay put. My leadership is 10. So that is a pass. And that is the end of the game. I thought for a minute you were going to run, because you outnumbered me. I thought for a minute you were going to run down my general there. Let's, yeah. Out of academic interest as much as anything else, we're going to add this up.
Yeah.
We'll be back with you. For you, it'll be like 1 second. So we've added it all up, and it's 800 odd points to the Empire and 300 odd points to the Goblins. We discovered whilst adding it up there were lots of units that are nearly dead and only worth a half because they're fleeing, or worth a quarter because they're badly injured. Like the Wizards over there is nearly dead. A lot of this has taken a big pounding. These have taken lots of wounds, but none of them are actually dead. There's lots of carnage, but relatively few entirely dead units. So, and I think in the last couple of turns, it could have swung. There was potential for swinginess. I mean, he could have been run down. Roadblocks in the way. They rallied. They didn't. Yeah. So, thoughts?
Looking at what's left on the table, it feels closer than it was, oddly. I mean, if we were to play on and throughout the rest of the scenario, yes, you would probably have driven the goblins off, but I think you'd have had a bit of a hard fight of it. Most of it's over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you probably would have sustained a few more casualties before you were finally able to drive the goblins off. But that said, this game basically went the way I expected it to, which was goblins getting blasted apart by artillery. It took a while for that to happen. But
you say that. I only really took out 2 units with artillery and damaged a third. There was lots of stuff over here that got killed in fighting, and crossbows and demigriffs and wizards. That these guys didn't do that much. What they had a couple of turns where they got bang on. Yeah. They did a lot of damage.
Yeah. And it helped that was when a lot of my units were clumped up close together, so when they did scatter, they still hit something.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's one of the drawbacks of horde armies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why you bring mortars against hordes.
Well, quite.
And if, again, real life, if I was...
Sorry, what?
Yeah. If I was this general coming up knowing I'd have to clear out a bunch of goblins, I'd have brought barrage artillery. So, yeah.
Well, that was the thing. I knew you were bringing goblins as opposed to orcs and goblins, so I thought I'd thematic it. It would be thematic.
And as I said to you, playing goblins, you never expect to win. It's always am I going to get tabled or not?
I didn't think I was going to kill that giant. I thought that was scary. I thought that giant would just walk through me over here. The trolls, you were very unlucky with the trolls. The only thing they really got into a fight with, the only thing that could do them any real damage in my army.
Yeah, the giant kind of did what I expected him to do, because new model syndrome and everything. He charges forward, and he's
your whole army's new model syndrome.
Pretty much, yeah. But he basically did what I expected him to do. But he is fun, so his attack sequence is very unpredictable and very bizarre. And yeah, it would have been funny if he did a belly flop. But no, on the whole, I think that was fun. And
it does look a lot, at the end of the game, it looks a lot closer than the numbers suggest it was.
Yeah. And you had this guy who didn't really come into his own until towards the end, because, as you say, you deployed him wrong, and then you couldn't find a route to actually make a difference on the game until towards the end.
And the big block of goblins with all the characters, I say all the characters, with the couple of characters in it, that was really effective. That's a horde of goblins should be scary. It should be we can't kill them fast enough, as they sort of run in and start stabbing you in the back and so on. And it did, and it was big and scary. You can see why some people tend to go only for large units and disregard the small ones altogether. I think having the mix is nice.
Yeah. Something I still can't get my head around in army building for this is the right size unit to take, both in terms of how many models do you put into the unit, and also how do you then form it up in terms of ranks and files.
Yeah, well, it's a quandary, because if you're getting because wide gives you more attacks, and deep gives you the rank bonus, but wide and deep gives an awful lot of points.
Yes.
And to charge or to receive the charge, you get a lot more attacks receiving the charge now. The benefit for charging is greatly diminished, because before you could hack down most of your opponent's front rank and not take any attacks in return. Yeah. That is no longer the case.
It almost feels like an entirely different game because of that. Getting your head around, you've cut down most of my army, so I'm only going to give you 3 attacks back. Well, actually, no, unit. So I'm only going to give you 3 attacks back. Actually, no, you cut down most of my unit, and I'm still going to give you a shed load of attacks back. That is very, very... it's completely changed that game's mechanic.
Yeah, the dynamic is very different now as a result of that.
Yeah.
Quite like my regiment.
Yeah. I was that's really nice and cohesive. I really like the way that works.
It's the main core choice for a City of Null army. You have to take at least one of those.
Yeah.
And you don't have many other choices either.
Having previously done English Civil War reenacting, if I was doing that, I'd want to put spearmen in the centre, just so you've got like a classic English Civil War Stuart period pike block.
You can do that with a Grand Empire army. You can't do that with City of Null. The halberd is the only choice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Halberdiers and handguns the only choice. Hence, not being able to convert any of these over.
Yeah.
Because they were Aberland in a previous incarnation.
Yeah.
They had some rework done. They had some plastic surgery. Plastic surgery and paint job.
Yeah.
Facelift.
So I've done a mostly orc army with some goblins. I've now done a purely goblin army. So next time I think I'll be running just orcs, just see what they're like. But it's, as I said to you, apologies to everybody watching. The number of mistakes were made. I only get to play this game here, so I don't get very much practice. So a lot of very simple rules like what does Horde do and what does Warband do. Yeah, I should really have asked those questions earlier on.
And I should have had that in my mind as well. Then when I realised it was like, right, let's look at what these guys do. Oh, we've been getting that wrong. Yeah. We've missed that. Like, right, okay.
So it definitely helps when both players know all the rules.
And that's one of the reasons regular viewers to the channel may have noticed I've only played open battle so far, and that's because all the other scenarios, I don't want to overcomplicate it with any particular player. The way I sort of see it is each pair of me and player, we should get about 3 games in before we start doing that. But I've been playing loads and loads of different people. This is only our second game. So in a couple of games, and we've totally got the hang of what we're doing, then we'll be doing some scenarios, but we'll probably be on the next edition, so who knows?
That's why I'm trying to stick to one army for this. I've got loads of armies for AOS, I've got loads of armies for 40k. I just want to stick to one army so I don't get one set of rules to remember.
Yeah, I tried that.
There was something else I was going to throw in there as well, but I can't think what it is. Carry on waffling and it might come back to me.
I'm relatively waffled out. The waffling is drying up. I quite liked the... It was a pain. The wall was a pain, but it was good. It made the game more interesting. It meant we didn't just run at each other and slam together in the middle and one side fall apart and the other one not. Yeah. We had to work around it. It stymied my wizard for quite a few turns. It bottlenecked some of my units here. My swordsman did nothing for most of the game. Yeah. It was thematic. I think it looked cool, and I don't think the result represents the numbers represent the actual result. Yeah. But
I know what I was going to say. I think I've more or less got the hang of most of the rules up until you're working out the result of either the passed or failed leadership test after the combat resolution.
Oh, that is a bind to get your head around, because it affects unit strength, affects it, outnumbering affects it, how much you lose or don't lose by affects whether it's fall back, give ground. That's tricksy, and I struggle with that still. Yeah. And on that note, great game, loads of fun, big thank you to James for coming down.
Thank you.
Shout out to all my channel members and Patreons for your ongoing support. You guys are awesome. If you want to support me, check out the description of this video. Level 2 channel members get to see the battle reports as soon as I have made them, before they get made public. So this will be going up sort of tonight, tomorrow, and all the channel members will be able to see that. But it probably won't hit the screen till September, I think. On the current, I don't know. But it's a while. Yeah. I'm waffling now. I wasn't all waffled out. I still have waffle. Thanks to channel members and supporters. Big thanks to James for coming down and playing today, and thank you for at home for watching. So until next time, say goodbye. Say bye, James.
Bye, James.
Bye.